God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet. What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all three. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic.
Nerdrotic.com.
Welcome, travelers, to the fringes of reality, where the strange and mysterious meet, and the thin veil between fact and fiction is torn. Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.
Hello. That ends so abruptly. It needs to fade out a little more, kind of like
Fade out.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh, I'm gonna unmute you, Garrett. I
I'm
can't
told-
unmute you. Never mind.
I'm told
Don't
she's
worry.
gone. I'm told
Nobody
she's
needs to hear me.
gone.
Is she gone? Wow.
I heard she's gone. I heard Kathleen Kennedy's
Oh,
gone.
man.
For
Celebrate.
For real?
Yeah.
Celebrate.
No. Hey, welcome to Forbidden Frontier. And guess what? No Crigler.
Swedish internet
Swedish
Aliens
internet.
got him.
strikes again.
No, wait. Where's my... No, that's not it.
Why are you gay?
Oh,
There.
I like the why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Why is your internet gay?
It is pretty gay, his internet. So maybe he shows up. Hopefully he does.
I see my boy Flawed in the chat.
What's up,
What's up,
Flawed?
Flawed?
Flawed.
Flawed TV, yo.
Yeah, you'll see.
On Rumble. I'm a hip hop expert, and his stuff is pretty neat. Pretty
Expert
neat.
in a lot of stuff.
I am. Gaming,
Expert gamer.
I have
Hip-hop,
never
there
heard
you
you
go.
listen to hip hop.
physics. That's just me, you know. Just all-
Gangster.
He doesn't brag about
Gangster
it.
Gary.
I don't brag about
GG.
it right now. Well, we're going to talk about Skinwalker Ranch, but mostly we found the entire interview with David Grusch, and
Whole
I
thing.
watched it, and we're going to go over like the second part of it and discuss what's going on. And then I do believe they're not exciting, but it's something. Marco Rubio seems to be the one Republican who's willing to talk about UFOs openly and say, hey, we need to get to the bottom. I mean, he's not saying anything of any substance because politician, but at least he's saying something. So and I think we got an answer to one of our questions as far as like, is this here to bolster the military industrial complex? And David Grusch says yes. He actually says yes.
Really? He actually said,
Yeah.
okay, so that it seemed when the interview pieces were coming out that it was like, okay, well, this is kind of all going towards that, but they're not saying it. But it's interesting if he actually did just come out and say it like, yeah, that's what it's about.
Yeah. Hello, Quarterback Garrett.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Doing good. Records.
Having a good day. Good Sunday. Just released a video.
Yeah, we did.
Thank you to everybody that went and watched that.
Doing
Don't
okay.
watch it right now because we're doing this show, but after,
Yeah,
go watch it again.
it's doing okay.
Yeah. It was a good video on a bad movie.
On a bad movie. Well, thanks. Well, good editing.
Thank
Good
you.
editing. I added one
Hey.
little clip. One little
Hey,
clip
there.
in there. You see like how I did that?
Yeah, that was good.
Shut up.
You
It's really
gotta get that Harrison Ford finger in there.
yeah, that movie was terrible, and I have watched The Witcher, and it is I think as bad, if not worse. Henry Cavill made the right decision.
And
God, is it bad? But what is good is people are talking about UFOs. And now, since this bomb dropped when we were at Contact in the desert,
I should have wore my shirt.
you should. You
Dang.
can still, you can go change.
I'll wait.
Yeah, well, okay. And a lot of our favorite people have already started talking about this, including there is a really good interview with Stephen Bassett on Richard Dolan's channel about this, about the D word disclosure. Hello, X-ray. Goo.
I feel so thrown off. You said the D word, and I was like, what D word is he talking about?
Obviously not the one you think of all the time.
I can't help it if I'm newly married, okay? But anyways, I've had a good Sunday as well. Very similar to Garrett's. You know, played games.
Yeah.
Painted Warhammer. Watched Skinwalker Ranch. There's a lot of Skinwalker Ranch. I feel like I want to speak like Travis now, like after hearing his accent for like hours and hours, but I won't do it.
We got to get to the bottom of what's going on around here.
In the location in front of the triangle.
We found a UAP.
We think there's an anomaly inside
the we keep
drilled
drilling
400 yards down. We've come up against the metal that we have used in our spaceships before.
It's so endearing. I love it.
Something about it, man.
Is this evidence of a UAP?
It's a mystery.
Yep. His accents just makes the show that much better for me.
Yeah.
That and Dragons.
A physicist from Alabama. I mean,
how does that happen?
That's a unicorn, okay?
They got the University of Alabama, right? They're smart people come out of there.
And then Jeremy comes out of there.
Yeah, well,
That's true.
It's the bell curve.
Can't win them all. Yeah, I'm not sure if people are going to be able to make it in the university from Alabama anymore.
Why?
Why?
Well, because they can discriminate now, according to
Oh.
the Supreme Court. Yeah.
Well, actually, they took down the discrimination law. That's
Well, the way Twitter
Oh.
does it is you can now discriminate.
now it's free reign.
Oh,
Jim Crow
that's
is
what,
back.
That tweet by Alan was. He's like, I'm glad they can't discriminate my kids anymore. And I was like, I
Yeah,
didn't get this, but sure. Thanks, Dad.
that's how affirmative
Thanks
action
for
works.
rooting for me.
Affirmative action. Well, people don't know that they struck down a lot of those laws in California, the affirmative action laws, so they can start discriminating against the white folk and the Asian folk. That has been happening through counties of California. So
Yeah. We need to get affirmative action for aliens.
we do.
Get you guys down here. Try to maybe you guys can
Well,
fix some of this stuff.
That's the
According to our
diversity
friend
we
Grusch,
need.
we might
Yeah.
not want all of them down here.
No.
That's true. Yeah,
There
some
might
of them could be bad.
might be some probers. You know what I'm saying? Some probers.
Some California people would probably love that.
Some, a lot,
Okay.
Most.
a lot. So we caught up on Skinwalker Ranch, and they've done a spinoff. They've done a spinoff. Flawed. I don't know why you could agree with Quarter Black Garrett on anything.
Because I'm correct all the time.
No.
Is the show? Is it like Skinwalker Ranch, or is it like a different vibe? Does it have like a different
It's a very
format to it?
different vibe because it doesn't. It has Travis in it. So it has Travis, and I'm forgetting the scientist's name, and they meet at Skinwalker, but these two other guys, one's a reporter, one's a former intelligence agent who worked with the Air Force, goes on the road, and then they go to other places, not
Okay.
necessarily all ranches, but they went to Bradshaw Ranch in the first one, which is a pretty weird place near Sedona, Arizona. And the stories were good. I mean, the data was kind of the same that they get from Skinwalker. They did some weird sound experiments, and they duplicated something, the 162 megahertz. 162 megahertz. They duplicated that. So honestly, I don't think they need this show. I think they need to kind of focus a little more on Skinwalker Ranch, because this season has not been the best season. There's been a lot of dragging. I mean, like some
Hey.
Not Dragon, the guy.
I was about to say, I thought you were throwing shade on Dragon, man. That's my boy.
Dragon.
How dare you?
And it's because they did 14 episodes this season. I think that's just made for 10. We did get some interesting stuff. Oh my god! Oh my god!
An AC appeared.
You whooped them aliens. You got back. Good job.
I'm here.
Didn't get probed.
Sorry for the people who were excited to not see me. Ha!
How do you
I made it.
Gotcha.
X-Ray Girl, how do you know he didn't get probed?
He looks so happy. Well, I guess.
Well,
I mean, don't knock it till you try it. Hey.
what's up, Adam? How you doing, man?
I'm doing really well. I had a really good day today. It was my wife's birthday today, and we spent a lot, just hung out a lot, and it was a good day. It's good.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Crigler.
Yay.
Happy birthday.
I'll tell her. Well, Garrett actually did wish her happy birthday earlier, so I passed it on, and she said thank you, Garrett. So
excellent. Birthdays are cool.
Yeah.
For a while.
As long as you keep having them.
What year does it suddenly be
I don't
like
know, after 50? I mean, like having 50th birthday is kind of cool, but then after that, it's like,
who cares?
What's the point?
Don't remind me.
maybe when I hit 69, I'll have some fun with it. 69!
Nice.
Did you see my subtle nice joke in the video, Gary?
Yes, I did. I did. I like that a lot. Yes.
Very subtle.
Really subtle. Really subtle. But not as subtle as that movie because it's stupid. But hey, Adam, we're going to talk. I was just, we were going to go over Skinwalker a little bit, but then we've got that full interview.
I wasn't able to catch it.
It's all right. We're going to catch the parts that I caught later on. That,
okay.
Frankly, I was
Important parts
in the shower before the show.
The Skinwalker stuff is interesting though. I am all caught up with all of that, and there's some interesting things that finally I'm like, oh, that's cool. All right, okay, you got me.
Episode 10. There's some interesting stuff in there that I.
Episode 10. There was some cool shit that went down.
Yeah, it took a minute to get there, but
yeah.
Oh God, when they started the episode with my drill motor broke, and it's like, bro, get another fucking drill.
Go get another.
Wait,
all right,
you can't afford a new one? Yeah. They're all just standing around like, well, what could cause that? Like, who cares?
It's broken.
Get another one.
I audibly was like, well, then you're just gonna stop? Like, keep.
No, let's milk this. Let's.
And
milk
they pulled
this.
the bit up, and the bit wasn't damaged. And I was like, why the bit not damaged? But they're saying it could be some kind of like.
Why the bit's not damaged because the motor broke.
No, it wasn't hitting.
So they're at the top of the mesa trying to dig down to the metal anomaly that's 100 meters down, right in front of the triangle.
With the other anomaly that's under the ground that we saw last year, that's a dome shape.
It's a dome shape.
It's all connected.
It's really
Let's go shake the mud.
What's it all mean?
The mud was made of the same stuff as the other mud.
I do find it interesting that the first time they tried, well, not the first time, a couple episodes back, they were doing a drill from the side of the mesa.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, I can't go any further. I've been doing this a long time. Something's stopping me from moving forward. And then they pull that drill bit out and they look at it and there was no damage at all.
So they were saying that there's a friction. It's like a frictionless. Possibly, like that's what would be happening is it's not hitting anything. It's being stopped by whatever the anomaly is.
Because it would
damage the bit
a little bit, like something. But they're like, no, this is like brand new, so that is weird. And the guy, he was digging from the top. It was like 3 inches an hour or something, like some.
Yeah,
took him
3 weeks, a month, I think total.
I don't know what kind of. I'm pretty sure it's either sandstone or limestone. It doesn't look like it's like granite to me, because I'm such a. Well, actually, I know way more. I
look it up.
I knew nothing about geology from high school or anything, but I started getting into this subject and listening to Randall. Fuck.
Illuminati confirmed.
I thought you were about to say I'm a mason.
No, you use a drill. You like use an engine. You push that shit hard every single day for a month straight. It's not like you're just driving slow. you're like cruising down the block.
Yeah.
He's like grinding that shit into stone for a month straight, and then it breaks mysteriously.
Great. And Brandon Fugel, who owns the ranch, guy's a top G. Okay, he's got buildings. He's got a helicopter. Gave his brother a job flying around a helicopter. Likes to show off his stuff. He's got. By the way, the guy's a total nerd, right?
The brother or the
Brandon? No, Brandon,
the owner. Yeah, Brandon.
Nerd, shows off all his he's got like Harry Potter robes, like actual props. Like,
of course he does.
He one of us.
get the guy another motor for his drill.
Right. Exactly.
You can afford it. It's a show.
Get a bigger drill.
But respect to
A
Brandon
proper drill.
for building that whole empire and making a bunch of money. That's awesome.
True. Yeah.
Respect.
Good for him.
So yeah, they broke the drill right in the beginning of the episode. But then we started getting into, like, for one, I did like the drummers too. I like the drumming stuff.
I like the drum. The drum's cool. It was glowing, lighting up the mesa. It's kind of interesting.
That was the coolest.
Chills.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest things that's happened in all of the Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, because of what happened afterwards. But what they found out, what was going on during their drum circle, I thought I was incredibly intriguing. I was like, whoa. So
there is a megalithic structure on the ranch. There's a spiral that was, and it's we don't know how old it is, but it is odd. That's another one of those commonalities throughout the world, is there's spirals everywhere. Now,
the connection between snakes and portals from one world to another world. That's like the spiral is a snake, and then it's also a portal, and that's what the original natives believed.
So that spiral lights up when they have these kids come out, these Native American kids, and they do a drum circle, basically.
No, not only that. Not only do they do a drum circle, these kids they specialize in all the different songs that have been passed down through the generations of these tribes. So like all these songs that have been, who knows how many?
He said hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years that these guys know these songs and they're passing along. So they went through the repertoire of all the different songs that they know that have been passed down. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was very cool.
Yeah.
And the spiral, like, it started heating up.
Yeah,
and
they had
cooling
infrared.
off.
They had infrared on it.
Yeah,
and they were seeing, so you could see the heat of the bodies of the drummers, and then as they were playing, it heated up the spiral that was on the top of the ridge, and then they stopped playing, and then it cooled down.
Yes.
I was like, wait, a lot of it, you sit down and you go, okay, that's a little hokey. That could be hokey. I don't know. There might be an explanation. And I'm like, how did that happen? That's weird.
Frequency, man.
They're thinking that the way they play it is that it's at a certain frequency where they were seeing 192 hertz.
192.
Yep.
It was around there, and then you get a reaction like that. Even when it was during the daytime, that plants moving thing near a rock where there's no air.
They were doing a test the night before where they just had a speaker and they were playing different tones, and then they found, like, just through their own feeling of what it felt like through the resonance, like what was the most powerful, and it was like 192.
192,
And that was the most powerful. 192 gigahertz. Let's see if we get these drummers out here. And then they started playing, and then they found that they were hitting the core of their drum was 190. It was 199 or 200. It was like right there.
It was 200
and they're also
hertz.
playing go ahead.
Oh, well, no, it was 200 hertz with the singing, and then 182 with just the drums.
So in the middle,
That's crazy.
92.
It was pretty cool because something happened. And I like the show.
Anything.
Okay? I do. I like the show. It just took a minute. And where they're going now is they're going towards, there's something under the ground in front of the triangle, and then there's something in the mesa, and they're saying it's metal. So, I mean, are we doing an Oak Island thing? Don't know. But
I'm like, at this point, you've got ground penetrating radar that shows that there is some anomaly down there.
Yeah.
It's fairly shallow, to the surface. We're sending bits down there. It's breaking it off. All right, Mr. big shot, spendy money guy, come here. Let's just excavate a square. Let's just take like 30 by 30 and just take all the dirt out of it.
And we're not in the UK. We're not in the UK, so a guy can dig a hole on his own farm.
It's
without
your land, buddy.
I would love
sign off on it. So
can we please?
Because from season 1 they didn't dig, and now they're digging so much.
And then season 2 they started digging, but just a little bit.
Remember the guy from I think it's last episode or episode before that found the lines? Like,
yes.
Like
so
4 feet down or something.
There was a way to photograph the surface somehow. Ultraviolet, can't remember, where you can see where the ground was disturbed. I totally believe that was
ground penetrating radar.
I think that was Bigelow.
No, it was a special kind of spectrum.
Drone-based multispectral camera.
So don't forget, Robert Bigelow owned this ranch for a long fucking time. So I think that was digging from Bigelow. And don't forget, and I think it's from season 2, that they believed that part of the mesa had been demolished, had been blown up.
That's right. Yeah, that is season 2.
And
because they can tell that it's like crumbled
and stuff, and maybe it was an attempt to get into the mesa. Like, you would have to really, I mean, the digging would not be easy, but it's possible.
Yeah,
because it's all rocks, it's all giant boulders.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I often wonder what created that mesa. Was that wind erosion? Was it water? Don't know. But it is interesting that they seem to be focusing on something in the mesa underground, and then there's the possible portal above the triangle, which which has got some weird stuff has happened. But they also had brought out a guy who had a camera that can shoot at 2,000 frames per second.
Yeah.
Per second.
High speed camera.
I need one of those.
I mean, I'm sure H and
need
versus
want. Need.
Yes.
Okay.
Just like I need night vision goggles, I need that. Okay.
I got night vision are worth it. They're cool.
Well, you have a pair?
And rockets.
I don't have a pair, but when I was at a certain castle back in histories of my life, there was a few really expensive ones that I was able to try, and I looked at the stars, and I have never seen more stars than through night vision glasses.
I want to do that.
And they are the good ones. You got to buy the good ones.
They're military grade,
and they are expensive, very expensive. Yeah. But we will, because like one of these days we're all going to go on a trip, and we're going to go to the middle of the desert, just UFO hunt. We'll go find some hot spot and just go.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun.
Well, we'll eventually get onto Skinwalker Ranch.
Sure, there's a contest right now. I almost entered us, but
almost.
Why not? You should.
Yeah. Wait. What do you mean? Not with that attitude?
Oh, okay, I'll enter us. I'll enter.
Thank
us
you.
in the contest.
Yeah, come on.
Right. It's not an.
Wait, tell us about this. Maybe we can have other people enter for us too.
It's on
rig the system.
On Hulu. It was a commercial on Hulu while I was watching Skinwalker Ranch. Or you could stay a night at Skinwalker Ranch.
Like, oh really?
And
me and my other co-hosts.
Oh,
I will enter us. I will do it.
Do it.
That's right.
$7,600 for goggles. For the night vision goggles.
$10,000. It's crazy.
I found 10,000. That's probably even
funny
better.
is, like,
I saw a $40,000 one here.
It's like
I found $60,000 ones.
Oof.
Oh wait, are we?
Call.
We're just making numbers up, right?
Just making
You know,
numbers
it's like I cringe at $7,000 for goggles, but if somebody goes, well, you got this like really cool collection of Bronze Age Marvel for $6,000, I'm like, oh.
You're like, where's my card?
Where's my card? Just a matter of what you like. So the guy breaks out the camera, right? And then something flies past it.
Well, is this when they
shot
were launching a rocket? Right. Okay. They shot the rocket up, and they're like, "Oh wow, it worked perfectly this time." Almost disappointed.
Yeah, it went straight up there.
Oh wow. Right through that
into
spot,
the
we
area.
just expected something to happen, huh? All right. 6 seconds later. And it went fast at that high frame per second. So it was going, I think it,
3,000 miles an hour. No, 3,000 miles in.
Have it in my notes somewhere. One second. I'm
yeah,
just looking for it.
3,000.
3,600 miles per hour.
Could be a bug, but it's a high-speed camera,
high speed camera.
so
How
it's
could it
going
be a bug?
fast.
How could a bug be going that fast? I'm sorry.
That's the thing. It's like
Probably
it
must be
looks
bug.
like it could be a bug visually,
Okay, so if it was if
but
it
the
had
speed.
wings, they wouldn't be blurry at 2,000 frames per second.
Correct.
If it's a bigger
Well,
bug,
depends on where the focus is.
if
of
it
this
was
camera
close-
which
if
the
it was
focus
close
is
enough-
further away.
Which it was.
Mm-hmm.
but
Eh,
if you've
I don't know.
if you've ever used video before, if stuff is close to your,
If it's-
it's like sometimes it doesn't show up like at all.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty dark.
Yeah.
I have to know what the lens on the camera is and all that stuff. But yeah, it was definitely going fast. I know that.
That is very fast. Like
It was
half
going
a
very,
mile in
very
1
fast.
second.
Yeah.
That is fast.
There was also that other thing that they caught. They were when after the purple light came up. I think it was episode 1 or 2, whatever. Right, the purple light they were freaking out about.
Yeah.
They
Uh-huh.
went out. They went out and put a bunch of deer cams all over the place, and then the one guy was sitting just watching the footage, and one frame
One frame that
in the
orb
middle. Yeah, that orb.
thing
that
on
one.
the other
Yeah.
side. That was weird.
Oh, yeah.
That was weird.
because that goes along with things that have been cited there on the past, including orbs like being really close to the field, and one sighting of what was described as a Winnebago, like this like, it
Really?
looked like a motorhome without wheels, obviously, but it was shaped like it, and it was just flying really low over the trees. That's one of the bigger and more well-known sightings of the past era of Skinwalker, and it was in that area. It was in the same area.
If you think about it was there for one frame, and that was it, which is quite odd. But now we talk about this high frame or high speed camera that's something whipped by. If something's going that fast, maybe it didn't have the light on it, so it wouldn't be.
Well, my thing with the trail
shiny.
cams is usually trail cams are really, really low frame rates, like one every 30
Exactly.
seconds or every minute.
Right,
they might
exactly.
So that's
miss
why it would
a
be like
lot
in
of
one
stuff.
frame.
It would be one frame.
But this one,
if it was
is the
moving really
opposite.
fast, then it wouldn't be in more frames anyway, right? But if it is very low FPS.
Well, and then when we get into David Grusch, he gives a theorized explanation of that, and which might explain Skinwalker, which might explain a lot of sightings if this theory is real.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's
How long is the interview?
it's 40 minutes,
40
so we're
minutes,
gonna just
okay.
go to 3. Well, I listened to it at like 1.5.
yeah, I was doing 1.5.
Me too.
Okay. I gotta say though, the amount of times the frequency of when they start they're mentioning these portals is increasing
Yes.
Yes.
over the past episodes. You notice it, right? They're starting to be like, man, this is the first time we're seeing evidence of an interdimensional portal.
Yeah.
And it's just like, is this happening? Is
And
this
then Grusch mentions the same thing, interestingly enough.
really?
That's
He
what I was
mentions the
talking
same
about.
thing
Oh, yeah.
about
Talks about like how realities and how time and space are not linear.
Wow.
Yeah.
other dimensions.
They are for some
They
perspectives.
are from some perspectives. From ours, they are linear because it's our perspective, but there might be other perspectives.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of are they from another planet? They could be very well from here, just at a different, think of it as a different frequency. But sometimes the dial gets changed and
Right.
some things bleed through, and maybe that's it. Maybe that's simply it. Because there was one sighting from the offshoot show on Bradshaw Ranch, which is in Sedona, Arizona, where they've shot westerns and stuff. The owner like openly talked about all the weird stuff that's been going on his ranch since like 50s or 60s. He normally didn't talk about it early on because no one talked about it back then. And he had a business to run because it was a working studio, and he also lived there. But in 1995, his wife at the time saw what looked like to her as a projection on the sky, and there was a UFO and a different sky behind that. Well, I mean, that's
Like a
similar
portal?
to the portal things we've heard from Skinwalker, is that there's something in the sky and you see a different sky. You see a different, I mean, so could it bleed through? Could it be because these were former, I mean, like Skinwalker is on a former impact site, an ancient impact site. Could that somehow fuck up the residency of reality? Maybe. Who knows?
Well, at the end of the last episode, you don't see Brandon much, right? You know, it's not really focused on him. He's kind of letting the team do his thing, but
Yep.
It's just like the very end. It's just him talking about we're only scratching the surface at understanding like what reality is, and I feel,
Yes.
or he's saying he feels like they're actually almost like cracking the egg a little bit and like getting a peek inside and maybe like on the verge of something.
We don't know what creates gravity. We have no idea. They just made a huge breakthrough. Help me in the chat. Georgios Tsoukalos tweeted about it 3 days ago that they identified gravity. They've identified gravity waves. Remember they mentioned that in the Bob Lazar, in Bob Lazar documentary, that they have identified waves. And there's something to the effect of they identified, like, I can't remember if it was what's causing the waves, or I'll find it. But they did make a breakthrough, but we still don't know what causes it. We don't know what it is. We don't know if it's a pulling force, a pushing force. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know if just the entire universe is spinning. We don't effing know about it. So to think we can even get close to figuring out like what our reality is when we don't know what causes gravity, we can't duplicate gravity. I mean, we're a long way off. And I'm sure the one thing one of the researchers said on Skinwalker, when they were ending the Bigelow study was, and this guy again was a massive skeptic, walked away from it kind of shook and said, we couldn't duplicate anything, but there was something here. One thing I'm convinced of is that these anomalies are real and they're far more stranger, including UFO, the whole UFO thing is far more stranger and more bizarre than we can probably even get our head around. And that doesn't mean that these advanced civilizations or civilization, that doesn't mean that they don't, that they're godlike, that their ships can still crash. Mistakes are still made. And that probably has to do with where they're coming from, and Grusch gets into that too. Because he's asked specifically, like, why do they crash? And he's like, well, technology fails. It just does. If it's a form of technology, it fails. And even if you're advanced, it's not going to be perfect all the time. And sometimes they just land. They don't crash. They just land. So we'll get into that. But dude, it's Skinwalker. The Bigelow study lasted a couple decades, right? Decades. It started in the 90s, went to 2016. Yeah. So 20 years.
Yeah.
And they walked away.
Yeah, he purchased the property in the early 90s, I believe.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm like 25 years.
25 years. They knew something was going on. The weirdest one of them all is the cattle who got shoved into the storage shed.
Yeah.
That was a weird story. Like, how did they all get in there?
Locked.
The difficulty of that. And then
And they got video of like after the fact, but you see that they're all, for one, these are huge cattle, would have effed you up. And you could see the injuries, and they were all in there in a daze. So the story is the ranchers at the time who owned it took off. They had some prize bulls. It was bulls?
Bulls.
Yeah, bulls.
Prize bulls. Fucking bulls, by the way. Bulls. Giant bulls. They don't like to, get really close. They don't, nothing. So they take off and they come back and they're gone. They're like, what the fuck? And they're gone for like an hour and a half. They find them in a storage shed, like all standing perfectly next to each other, dazed, like in a trance almost. And then by the way, a locked storage shed, a locked one. And when they let them out, they kind of freaked out and they hurt each other. But that's weird. And they're like, no human could do this. No human could get them in there. So it's a weird story, and they've told it on the show before and in documentaries.
Yeah, it's weird.
Giorgio says that 24 more whistleblowers have come out since Grusch.
Yes.
They're in sworn testimony. And then Congress, here I found this it's from The Hill, which is a reputable news organization. Congress doubles down on explosive claims of illegal UFO retrieval programs. So what Grusch is saying is that he was one of the top guys in the UAP task force, and he was denied access to these programs, of these crash retrieval programs. And that's what got him to start asking questions and going, hey, what's going on with this? And then people started telling him things. And then he got gruff from his superiors when he started asking questions. So that's what kind of started his, I need to go and actually bring all this evidence and then present it to the investigators and then start this whole whistleblower thing. Yeah. That's where he's coming from, at least from this interview.
You can ask a question, Adam?
Well, I see the word illegal. So it's like illegal UFO retrieval programs.
What does that mean?
Legal? Like that we're kind of in unprecedented territory, aren't we? Because
I think so. And I don't know what's legal about it or not. I would
right. What makes it illegal?
That's a weird. What's illegal is they're supposed to, the UAP task force
disclose it.
Be denied information. They were ordered by Congress to disclose it. But the UAP task force is a fucking sham. It is Project Blue Book times 10,000. It's a fucking joke.
It's the distraction.
So it's plausible deniability. Hey, we're looking into it. And they just distracting you with this UAP task force, which again, they might put out a couple of kernels of truth, but it's a total fucking sham. And what Grusch says is, he didn't come out and say it because he can't. All right. But the interviewer asked him directly, like, are you saying the head of the UAP task force is lying to the American public? And he just goes, So the answer is yes. So the leader of the UAP task force knows he's being denied information. Knows it. So they are misleading us. Governments are out of fucking control. They have been for a long, long time. I've never fucking trusted them. But after the last couple of years of stuff, we'll just say, we've all seen that they're out of control. They're power hungry. They're not here for us. They're lying to us all the fucking time now. So I'm not going to believe a fucking word from them. It's nice to hear about the conversation about UFOs. And I'm sure there's a couple of naive, sweet summer child politicians who haven't been corrupted by the system yet that actually want to get to the truth. But again, we have to rely on each other. I mean, waiting for a legitimate source from the government, I would believe it more from a dude on the street than from the government.
That's my thing about this is we're hearing it from a guy in government, CIA connected, in this UAP task force, and the information's all going through these sources like The Hill and the News Nation, which has got Cuomo on their roster. So I'm like, sus, red flag on you. The only thing that I do believe is that I can't trust any of you. So I agree with Grusch on that. Like, I can't trust you. You're lying to me. Like so it's hard to decipher.
Go to people like Richard Dolan. Like, he does it for a living. He breaks this stuff down for a living. He's a researcher. He's really good, and he's authentic and legit, and he wants to get to the bottom of it. So if you want to get good UFO information, I'd say go to him. Go to him first. Ecthelion II on the Streamlabs side for $20 says, "Hail Forbidden Frontier, Skinwalker, UAP, strange shapes light up in the night. I'd never seen them, though I hope I might. Don't ask if they are real. The men in black, their lips are sealed. Blue Oyster Cult, take me away." I love Blue Oyster Cult, by the way. Great band.
Great band.
I don't know like anything other than their most famous song.
Oh, dude, they have
their collections. Like I have no idea.
They have the best song on the heavy metal soundtrack, bar none.
I only know the one song.
Yeah.
Don't let these shakes go on. Come on, Veteran of the Psychic Wars. Such a damn good song. Oof. But have you seen Heavy Metal, Adam Crigler?
I have not.
Okay.
The movie Heavy Metal. You haven't watched it? Animated?
No.
The animated
anthology.
That's basically Metal Vermont. It's Heavy Metal magazine, but they did a movie in the 80s with a great soundtrack.
Awesome.
I know what you're referring to, but
you need to watch it.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
There's a lot of things I need to watch.
Yeah.
But that's one of them.
It's really good.
Like to be a pop culture connoisseur, you have to have watched
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I never.
Uh-oh.
I'm not trying to be that. I don't know what I'm trying to be, but
I'm trying to influence you to watch it because it's really cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you should watch it. It's really cool.
okay.
There's a story about a kid that turns into like a super buff dude, and he goes to like a fantasy world and he like defends people and has sex with a beautiful princess, and then they try to kill him and stuff. It's awesome.
Oh,
Sounds rad.
It's awesome.
cool.
That's right. Craig Law 12 for $49.99. Thank you very much. Or Forbidden Frontier. FNT and base as fuck. I'll say it. Based as fuck.
That is the full name.
That is
There you
true.
go. The first time they used the high-speed camera and revealed the anomaly, the figure looked like a lot like the Squatting Man plasma form. Very weird and awesome. Keep exposing and reviewing. Yeah, the Squatting Man, that is scientifically proven. So a plasma physicist, expert of something like that, reproduced the Squatting Man. So that you see that all over, not just cave art, but rock art, like rock paintings and stuff. You see the Squatting Man is the guy. It's a stick figure kind of squatting. They reproduced that in plasma, and that's where Robert Schoch believes
Right.
that plasma actually hit our atmosphere at some point with the sun just belching at us, and that's what ended the Younger Dryas, and it created, it's like there's northern lights when our magnetic field gets hit by an X flare or whatever. There's northern lights. If it gets hit by enough plasma, it'll start making shapes in the sky that would probably freak out a lot of hunter-gatherers and think they were gods. And they can make bird shapes and stickman shapes. And
That's the ones that are like, they're like this and their legs
it
are.
looks a lot like the rock art. It looks a lot
Yeah.
like the Rapa Nui language or whatever from Easter Island. And then it looks a lot like a lot of stuff. So I think there's something to that. It's pretty fascinating. And that's not woo-woo at all,
No, yeah, it's patterns in the sky. Like have you ever seen when they put sand on a speaker, they play different vibrations and it makes different geometric patterns?
And
That's
maybe-
there.
Oh, those are cool.
Those patterns are there. We just can't visibly see them. If we didn't figure that out, we would think that was magic. But
maybe that's
is
where the spirals came from,
maybe. I'm down to like figure out is it supernatural? Is it just a natural phenomenon that we don't know how it's formed yet? Like the different UAPs that are happening above Skinwalker Ranch when they do vibrations or when they dig. Like when you dig, you send out a vibration in the ground, right? When you play a speaker, you send out all these vibrations. It could be causing some kind of natural phenomenon that we just haven't figured out exactly the connection of it yet. I'm down for that to be the answer. I'm just fascinated of how they did it. Like, how is this happening?
Yeah, maybe we're at that point where they don't understand that it's just the speaker is causing the sand to form in a certain way. Right now, we look at that and we're like, yeah, that's the shape of that vibration and that's what the sand's doing. It's very obvious to us now.
Right.
But if you didn't know that and someone did that for you for the first time,
You'd be like,
are
you a magician?
You're a freaking witch, and we need to burn you at the stake. Like that's probably what would have happened.
What's the Arthur C. Clarke quote about that? Something to the effect that everything is magic until we figure it out.
Right, exactly.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
So, and maybe that's the case, and that's why Ancient Aliens kind of brought a lot of people into the ancient civilization thing, because at least Ancient Aliens as a show was going to these sites. It was the first show to go to these sites and start actually taking a look at them. Now, you might not agree with their theory, which is like an alien built this, but they do talk a lot about the Watchers. They do talk a lot about the Anunnaki. These are very similar things from two different cultures that are basically one's fallen angels. The other one is just a supernatural being that comes down against the will of their overlords to come down and live with us and mate with the women. And all, it's like, it's very strange. It's very strange. And then we have across the world, basically the architects who come in with their little handbags and they have beards, and of course showing up in South America where men don't have beards, but then they're still making statues of men with beards who are restarting civilization, taught them about agriculture and stuff. You know, that it's thanks to that show we're here now, and we're talking about this stuff. And again, I think it was just a mother civilization. They were advanced in a different way.
Yep.
There may be a scientific explanation, like you were talking about sound, resonance and sound.
Yeah.
There's a thing called earthquake lights we were talking about before the show. There's earthquake lights.
Tell me about that.
So before, they've caught them a couple times. They've been seen by a lot of people. They actually do have a couple of pictures now of like a spectrum light in the sky that happens before big earthquakes. And if you think about it, you got two giant pieces of crust thrust together and, just tons of weight. And that's a lot of energy. And would it create some sort of, consider a spark? Sure. Why not? I mean, that's a lot of energy that we can't even get our head around, like two giant pieces of crust.
Maybe not even a spark. Maybe a electrical or magnetic.
It's creating a magnetic
explosion
thing.
Yes. And I say explosion, and not in like what we would like a kinetic explosion, but a magnetic energy explosion that we might not visibly be able to see normally.
Earthquake links.
They've been talked about forever. We also have the North Carolina brown mountain lights, which are like little orbs that are seen. There's videos of those, by the way. And then I just found out last night, I guess they've been here forever, the Marfa lights here in Texas.
The Marfa lights,
which I didn't know we had.
I don't know about this.
I didn't know until last night, but I'm sure people in the chat have told me before. Sorry. But in Marfa, Texas, which is near the Mexico border, they have the same thing as excuse me, as the brown mountain lights in North Carolina.
Cool.
Which is like orbs that they've caught on camera.
Yeah.
And
I think could be geological, like cause.
I think
Gary, you were saying they even have an observatory that they built, so you can go see them.
Observatory, so you can go see them.
So it's that much of a occurrence.
I watched a documentary about those orbs.
Love West Texas.
This was a couple years ago. I don't remember the name of it. I was just kind of flipping through, looking for stuff, and this guy was in an Aztec temple, and he was talking about how all these people get these like weird feelings and take a lot of pictures and see a lot of those orbs. And then he started trying to figure out what was causing these orbs and started traveling around the world and went to different megalithic sites and took pictures all over the place. And these orbs happened a lot around these megalithic sites. And he surmised that it had something to do with the electrical currents that were running in the air, maybe running through these megalithic sites, because a lot of these megalithic sites were built in specific points on, maybe to collect the telluric current energy or who knows, some sort of magnetic alignments. Yeah, the alignments happen there, and they tend to happen a lot, these orbs. And I think that makes a lot of sense, that it's the electromagnetic energy in the air around these sites.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Makes sense.
Josh Kelsey, thank you for the $20. We appreciate it.
Josh.
And then we got Neil Horn for $10. Says, "Hail Forbidden Frontier, Gary. The show is great. Keep it up. Exodus girl. You're too sexy."
Okay. Tell us how you really feel.
I'm reading a super chat. Okay. What about Garrett? I'm loving Normal World. And Adam, heavy metal is great. It's a truly unique movie. There you go.
Cool.
Yes.
Thank you.
Normal World. Taking a vacation already.
It's America's birthday, so you got to do it.
2 weeks.
Thanks for the shout out, dude.
2 weeks in.
You rock, Garrett.
Dude, absolutely.
Based
It's been a blast.
Based AF. All right, let's go to David Grusch, shall we?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm really interested to hear what
we got
you guys heard.
Segments. I think we'll do 3 segments, but I'd say if you could share the link in the chat, X-Ray Girl, we can give it to our
X-Ray. You pull it up. I'll share the link.
Chat. You can have it for homework next week. Watch the entire interview, and we'll EFAP the crap out of that.
Which
okay.
Which one do we want first?
Let's do the Mussolini crash. fascist, the UFO, like the fascist crash.
The fascist. It sounds like you're talking like some Asians there. The fascist crash.
Our fascist crash. The UFO landed in the fascist country that was our ally.
That was horrible.
Try not to be that racist.
It's okay. I'm allowing
Kind
you.
of racist.
No, it's like the N-word card. I'll give you the Asian accent card.
The Asian pass.
The Asian pass.
Yeah,
Yellow pass.
I don't need it.
The yellow pash.
Yellow pass.
Meme about the N-word card caused enough trouble.
That is true. All right, just tell me when you want to.
Pause that. Oh, you know it's down in their vault, dude. You
Yeah.
know it's sitting down there.
It's in the Vatican, dang it.
Do you know where the Vatican has an additional? It's not. It's an archive. Canada.
What?
Yes, they have a giant archive. The Vatican has a giant archive in Canada as well as Rome.
Really?
The Vatican, I mean, they have a lot of power. They know a lot about UFOs. They do. They absolutely do. So Mussolini had now. Was it a crash? Did you notice how they didn't say it was a crash? They recovered one. Was that the archaeological UFO that they dug up? Who knows? But this predates Roswell by 12, 13 years. So that's the first one they're talking about. Did they dig it up? Who knows? Continue.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. Keep going now.
Had, and we ended up scooping it. So let me be very clear about this. You're saying that the Catholic
Rewind
Church,
that a little bit.
the
Rewind that a little bit.
Yeah, how did they scoop it? What? How did they
America,
get
we can
that?
Scoop anything, including that guy, Jesse Marcellus, holding the picture, like
In that photo.
saying that was bullshit.
That was the
Yeah.
pilot, right?
No, that was he worked on the base.
Oh, I thought it was a pilot. Yeah. But I remember that he was complaining because he was like, "Yeah, they told me to like hold some stuff up, and then made it seem like I was crazy. Like this is what I was talking about."
And
That's
then they
not,
reported
that wasn't
it
the
was
stuff,
wood,
right?
And yeah.
Okay, but that's the guy you're talking that you're referring to, or that's in that picture that they just showed, right? Okay, I thought so.
And he took some material home to his kid.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Who's his kid? Can we
Well,
get him
let
on
me
the show?
Well, I don't know if he's still alive.
Oh, maybe his kid's
His
kid.
kid would be old too.
His kid would be old. Yeah. Not
but
that old though, right? It was the
When they
what,
say
it was the
rubbery,
50s?
it was that material where that he would crumple it up. It was really thin, like tinfoil, but then it would just go perfectly flat again.
Same in Brazil.
Just like
Same in
Brazil.
Just like Brazil. Yep.
Yep.
Hmm.
All right.
Jump to continue with this one.
A little bit, yeah. Let's see what he said. But and they talk about how Roswell's been debunked with that bogus 1994 report that it was like fucking dummies and shit. And he says that's bullshit. He says that's total bullshit. So the other thing I'd like to go to is where he briefly talks about like where they could come from.
Yeah.
Because he says, well, you know, we're hesitant to say aliens. But he says other things, which is as much
Well,
as
like like Garrett said, I don't know if it was last week or the week before. You know, it's just us in the future. Like Interstellar, right? That it's all about it's being us in the future trying to reach back to help save humanity. Which technically it's kind of a mind fuck, but they already did save because they already are alive in the future, right? So then how would they have?
Or
been
just
able
to study, just to be historians and go, hey, we have this technology, we can go back in time. Whew, let's go check out what it was like in these very, you know, we have the rise of the internet, the rise of AI, the rise of these things. Who knows? Like this could be interesting times to check out. And we've had that kind of thing throughout time. There's a lot of these different anomalies, these different UAP, UFOs throughout, you know, hundreds of years. So it could just be popping in and being like, hey, what are they doing here? Let's study it, write it down, go back. Could be us. But he explains it as he calls them NHIs, so non-human intelligences. He doesn't know enough data to tell that if it's human or not.
Interesting. We are not alone, David Grusch.
Archeology.
That's hard to get you. What 5D space, 4D space is
Right.
hard to get your fucking head around.
So in other dimensions, and he's not talking about other dimensional, he's like a different universe, like just other dimensions of
This universe,
this universe.
in this space that we're occupying.
Because I would
They're
also
literally
think, like,
right
if
here.
they're in a different universe altogether, then would the Earth be in the same position in the universe as it is in other universe? You know what I mean? Like physical space. Because you have to factor that in too. Because you, like, if you were jumping in time, right? If I was to go, I'm gonna jump back 10 years or even 5 hours, the Earth itself would be in a different position. Would I still be in the same coordinates
I see
in
what you
space? Earth
I see
would
what you
move.
mean. There's like a mirror of our world, our Earth in the
And
other
another
dimension space.
dimension would also have to match up with the same
Otherwise, we can't
position
travel
we are.
between.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They would be I would just pop into the open space. You know,
That
if
would be
Earth
awkward.
moved. That would be bad.
What if you pop?
So like that's
in
another
where
thing. It's like you
people
can't just jump back in time. You have to jump back in space and time because it's not the same. You wouldn't be in the same position.
That'd be tricky.
Yeah.
To calculate.
TARDIS.
TARDIS.
All right. And then, I just think it's something interesting to think about when we talk about possibly it's us from the future. It might be another form of life that we can't even see.
Yeah.
But like sometimes maybe they, it just, I don't know, fades in. That's why we get shadow people. You know about the shadow people, right?
Like just the idea of Skinwalker Ranch being kind of mirroring that two
Ghost.
very separate kind of entities coming together. Like
Bleeding in, and
Yeah.
that might describe ghosts, shadow people,
Yes.
UFOs, Bigfoot. Bigfoot's just minding his own business in a California forest with no people around, and then he walks through a little portal. He's like, "What the fuck?
What's going on here? Ooh,
Uh,
picnic
that's
basket.
good.
Stranger Things almost too.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Upside down.
Well, Stranger Things borrows a lot from the Art Bell world. So,
A ton.
yeah. All right. Then there was the other one. Oh,
The humans.
have humans died?
Oh, they get
They might
into
not be nice
more
aliens.
details.
Oh, yeah. The thing gets he went on for a long bit. The only reason I found out there was a longer interview out there is Russell Brand did a couple videos on it.
Right.
Right.
I kept trying to look for it.
Yeah.
I've really been enjoying Russell Brand's content in the past year or two. It's
pretty good.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Somebody said, fuck it.
Yeah.
Going against the
Read it.
grain.
Nobody,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I'm sorry. Nobody just wakes up one morning freaking red pill. They just don't. Russell Brand has always been counterculture. And I think he just was playing along like all the celebrities do. And just one day just said, fuck it. I'm tired of this shit. And good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
We need
He's
more.
definitely part of the change. Hopefully part of the change. All right, let's see what happens with non-human intelligences.
From some commentators.
Nature, right? And if we even believe in the theory of evolution, something could evolve differently. So, say, for example, an insect species. Is there compassion there? Is there
Nope.
Is there a consciousness there? Are they a hive mind? Did they evolve different? Do they just not have emotions where it's not necessarily evil? They just don't give a fuck.
Is it an AI that another civilization created and went on its own and started destroying things, and now it's
That's what Nick
coming
Pope,
to us? Like,
oh my god, Nick Pope's
he
thing.
went into that.
He went into it's probably an AI, and because it's very hard to travel in space, and why would you give up some of your people when you can create a carbon form through an AI and just have it fly out there on its own, and if they need to report something, it will.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's what we're doing right now. Like, think about, we've been doing that since
With robots, yeah.
since the 60s. Earlier than that, we've been shooting our own satellites out there and little rovers and
wouldn't the
investigations.
AI want to make contact with another AI?
Oh my god.
Maybe. You will be assimilated.
So maybe we'll get contacted once the AI goes on, and then they'll make like a super Skynet and then kill us all. I mean, it all ends with death by robot. I mean, it just does.
Darn.
I think it makes sense that they aren't kind, nice to us, because anytime you meet something different, and that includes other animals on this planet, you have this either fight or flight instinct. So,
Well, I mean,
Even if it is a positive culture, when has it ever been comfortable adjusting to something new coming in, right? You know, like you have the conquistadors coming in and like people killing each other there, or things just happening because we didn't have contact before, so now you're getting sick because of other things.
Yep.
So like it doesn't even necessarily have to be a malevolent culture that is coming to take us over. It could just be the growing pains of learning that there is life out there and then adjusting to that, and that could be very painful for an entire globe, like our dumb globe. But we can't even handle having a sickness go around. How are we going to handle trying to adjust to there being more cultures in space or in time? Like that's going to hurt.
I think
regardless.
that's absolutely the attitude of the governments, the people who do know about these aliens, if they exist, these UAPs, these UFOs that they've found. They have that exact energy. Oh, people are stupid. This dumb globe, they can't handle this kind of stuff.
People are stupid, though.
It would be painful for them to accept this.
I think we should go through it. I think we should go through it.
I definitely agree.
I don't think they don't have the right to keep it from us, but I think we definitely will have
half
pain.
the world would absolutely freak out. They would.
Oh,
I
for
used to
sure.
not think that. I used to absolutely not think that. But
Just
after
kinda how it is.
2020.
COVID, it's like,
Just boil it down to yourself. When you're going through a transitional period of going from being a child to an adult, it's a tumultuous time in your life, right? So you just expand that to every human on the earth, learning what it is to have other cultures in space when all you've known is only the earth exists.
Okay,
That's going to be painful.
I don't hold on. No, I don't agree with that, with the whole thing with 2020 and all that. There is something that. Well, let me explain. There's something about the hive mind that is already enacted in our society. All right, and the way that the media spun up what happened, everyone went down that path because that's what they wanted, right? If the media portrayed it in a way,
Adam.
Yeah,
screw the people want what they want.
No, I know
want
that.
safety. They don't want their worldview crushed, right? They just don't. But if you introduce actual aliens, and by the way, half the people aren't going to fucking believe it, no matter where it comes from.
True.
But I was in California and I saw a bunch of people. Everybody I met hated Gavin Newsom. Everybody I fucking met hated it, and he won.
I do.
Like 60. He won 60% of the vote in a recall.
Whoa.
No,
I hesitate on the term "one." I'm just gonna one.
Fucking
Okay.
won. They
Please
won the
continue.
battle. Whether it happened or not, he won.
got elected.
Governor.
Right.
And that was because a lot of people went along with it, whether they voted for it or not afterwards. They're just like, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not insulting people in the chat. I'm just saying that people generally just want to live their lives. They want to go to work. They don't want to be fussed with this shit. And like, even when you bring up UFOs, you still get I get a lot of clap back on it. Like, these things are fake. It's like, nah, I don't think they are. And I don't understand why people aren't even open to it. You see skeptics out there. It's like, how could you not even be open to the possibility?
I think there's a lot of fear in knowing what is out there.
Absolutely.
Though.
Like, that fear was able to drive our country almost into the fucking dirt. We're not out of it yet, by the way. But that fear of you're going to lose your job, you're going to lose your home, you're going to lose everything, you're going to lose your life from this cold. They really,
That's
I mean,
exactly
I think
what.
also
But
that-
that's,
I think
wait,
also
wait,
the
that's what I'm
fear-
talking about, though. That fear was coming from everything, all around everyone. So they were succumbed to it. They were like, oh shit, I am afraid. But if like the media and the actors and the governments all were like, oh, this is Zorbu. He's been sent to this planet. Nice to meet you, Zorbu. And Zorbu's like, whatever. And they're like, now, all right, like,
Here's our
they're-
translator.
I wouldn't trust
they're-
that, man.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But it's like if the general feeling was, wow, like we've actually met this alien. They're real, and people, nobody's going on the media is going, oh my god, aliens are gonna kill us all. Like, save yourselves. Like,
I don't think they're. Well, I think there will be some people who think like that, but it's going to do more than just. for one, that kind of technology comes down, it absolutely disrupts, and they start sharing it. It disrupts all of our economy and economy.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
That's an interesting aspect.
And that was my point. My point is not that like there necessarily has to be anything evil behind it or people will freak out. Like you're just going to have growing pains into what a culture is now that we know that there are other species in the galaxy.
The reason
what does that look like? And it's going to take time for people to
biggest
adjust
news
to.
in 2017 when it hit the New York Times and stuff is because half the country doesn't believe the New York Times, and most people couldn't be bothered because it wasn't, Zobu coming to the White House and
Zorbu.
Zorbu.
Got to get it right.
How dare you?
It was Zuby.
Sorry, Zorbu. Zuby.
It's actually Zuby's.
I imagine like a little guy, a little Zorbu guy. He's got
Zuby's
like
an
big,
alien confirmed.
He's got like big eyes.
in your hand, palm of your hand.
What if,
Yeah.
what if Zorbu
Looks like Puss in Boots when he does the cute eyes.
Okay. What if Zorbu comes down and he's like, "No, he's a really sweet guy, but he looks like a xenomorph." Like that.
Yeah, I'd be like, like, let's kill that thing.
He waves
And he's like, I just wanted to be friends.
You look freaky, man.
I just
And
think
it's
about
the little guy that comes out. He's like, can't we just be friends?
I just want to have
Why
a
can't
friend.
we be friends?
No,
And I'm like,
Adam, I was firmly on the side of we can handle this bit, and I just don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
know.
I don't think so. Think about the witches, the Salem witches, what they did to these women, right?
Yeah.
They were fucking witches.
I think
Oh, they weren't.
I think we could handle it. It just will take us time to adjust.
It'll
That's
take
all.
a lot of time.
I
For
just
sure.
think that it all depends on the way that it happens.
Yeah.
If they start blasting, they suddenly arrive, Independence Day kind of shit, the world is gonna burn from the people not being able to know what to do. It's not like we're gonna rally up like the movie and destroy the mothership. I don't see that happening, right? If they come and start attacking us. But if they come and they're like,
Unless Bill Pullman is the president, there's
Good
still
point.
time. We could still vote him in.
it's a good point.
Don't forget
He's
that.
a write-in. Let's do it, people.
Diego Salazar for 200 Argentinian pesos. Thank you very much. Says Dan Aykroyd talked about the Marvel lights on Rogan. He would be a cool get. Oh my god! I would.
Oh, he would.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Brain. Yes.
Okay.
In the future, also the South Park episode where Kenny gets high on cat piss and travels to the boob world is based on heavy metal. Yes.
Didn't see that one.
That's a pretty good description of the movie, but it's like the movie's beautiful,
Yeah,
but it's boob world.
it is.
Boob world.
It's pretty
All right.
awesome.
It's back when people knew how to have fun and not had a giant stick up their ass. Okay.
Oh, those were the days.
Those were the days, man. New Skinwalker Ranch movie out. Oh, is there? Is
What?
there? New Skinwalker movie
Oh my.
what's it called? Out, and I hear geriatric Jake plus the disintegration of a cadaver. Sieg Heil KK modded for YouTube. Yes. I did put down kind of what the description of that movie actually is, if you think about it. It's in the video. But it's essentially Indiana Jones and an insufferable feminist try to save Hitler.
Seriously?
Yes, that's what the movie's about.
Legit, that is the plot.
Legit, that is the plot.
That's so sad. And so on par for 2023.
It is.
I could save him. Like wow. That's a joke meme, girl.
It's you can't make this shit up. And like I was breaking it down on EFAP. Sorry, I gotta talk to you. I was breaking it down on EFAP, and I'm getting more things, because you get those good British guys who are super autistic and just get that stuff. And I love them all, by the way. There was another American there. And we were breaking it down like scene by scene, and there was just so much that didn't make sense and was stupid, and the whole thing didn't need that. It's a pointless plot. Like what the Nazis were trying to achieve was never going to happen. So it was pointless. And if you remove everyone out of the equation, nothing changes at the end. Nothing at all.
The Nazis just die earlier.
No, well, I mean, these, for one, how was one guy, and even with time traveling, which he didn't test at all. He tried to go to his goal first. He didn't try to test it first, which they should have done. How is he and 4 guys going to restart the Fourth Reich? I mean, like, how are they going to do that?
He and 4 guys in an American that can't even speak like fluent German. Like, he's practicing German and can't speak German. He's going to go back in a German out. They're going to be like, you're a spy.
Right.
The plan, man. This guy's supposed to be like a genius rocket scientist. No. Come on.
No. But it was really bad, and I don't think anybody watched it, so it bombed. Decky 69 for $5. Hola, England doesn't have an issue with his internet, but Sweden does. Well, he's fine. Crigler's here.
He's here.
Your internet.
Hi.
Your
No,
good.
it was crazy thunderstorms, like insane. Yeah, all day, and my power went out a couple times, and I don't think it was. It's just I'm out in the middle of nowhere too. I'm not like in a city, so if something like that happens, it's like the fact that the power came back so fast. I was hyped, and I was like, the internet came back to like 10 seconds before I popped in, so I was hyped.
Dang.
Yeah,
that's awesome. No, I'm glad you're here, dude. I'm glad you're here. And guess what? Since you're here, Zorbu has left a $25 donation. He's
arrived. Zorbu, I didn't mean it. I believe in you, bro.
My man Zorbu. Best anal probes in the market.
He says, "What the fuck, Adam? I do not speak like that. Jesus, man. And no, we cannot be friends now. X-Ray, you're still cool. You and that quarter alien kid." Oh, fuck me.
Ouch.
Wow.
Hey, man, I still got in. I got in. He's cool.
Damn, that was.
I'll hold you right here, Zorbu.
Yeah,
That was
right here.
painful.
Zorbu. Thank you, Zorbu. Jeremy's creamy back end has donated 10
What? What?
Yikes.
I believe Skinwalker Ranch is caused by an anomaly in the 4th spatial dimension, either a 4D crater or a 4D life form messing with it, maybe studying us. Hail to the 199 and the creamy frontier. Why, we got almost a serious super chat out of the
Close.
Wow, that sounds like real Alabama right there.
Yeah, new listeners out there who may, for some reason, only listen to this show. I mean, we do other stuff.
God bless you.
It's kind of
it spills over.
It's part of bringing in more people to the UFO world and to the ancient civilization world,
Part of the 199.
Which they all seem to be very excited about.
and
We're bringing them, other people, into those spaces.
And you get what you get. We're a fun crowd. We like to have a little fun.
Yeah. And it's so crazy how like the people in the UFO kind of ancient civilization world has been part of even the other where you guys started with the nerd space.
Yeah.
And now we're just bringing everyone over.
Well, I mean, ultimately, the UFO thing has been trying to break the narrative for longer than anybody. They have been the most anti-authoritarian, anti-government, give people information, pro-transparency, pro-free speech for the longest time.
Yeah.
And they've been clowned for it for a long time. And I think, people laugh it off, but this is actually, it's a very serious study. You kind of, we worry about threats all over the place, but we're not going to think about a threat just because we know it's a possibility. So if we know it's a possibility, we should probably look into it.
Agreed.
But we're not the smartest species in the world because we know there's a possibility Yellowstone could just blow up and we build stuff on it. So,
it is overdue.
It's overdue.
By
like
a lot.
long overdue.
Yeah.
Like by a lot. Like 100,000 years or some crazy number.
What's crazy about that is you can see it's former. So it's a hot spot on the planet that stays in one spot, not on the crust, in the planet. So the crust goes over the hot spot. So you can see its old calderas going all the way out off the coast of California.
Cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, it's
Really?
crazy. Yeah,
That's
it is
pretty cool.
crazy. You know, one time, I can't remember how long, it was a long time ago. There's a lot of basalt in Washington, a lot of basalt. So there was just a massive, it wasn't even a volcano, it was just magma upheaval in Washington and Northern Oregon for a very long time. It was just boiling lava. And it finally cooled off, but I forgot what the time span. It was just it's insanely long time. There was basically a crack in the earth right at that location. That's where all the basalt.
Like millions of years ago, or
I can't remember if it was millions or hundreds of thousands. I'm thinking it's millions. Gotta
okay,
be millions, but the chat will correct me in there.
cool.
Decky69 for $5 says you are on at the same time Viva Barnes is. Well, I mean, we stay on. I think they do too. So it's up to you. Or you can do what I do sometimes. I watch 2 streams at once. I can do it.
One in each ear.
One in each ear. I got 2 screens.
That's right.
So if I have 2 of my
Each
friends
eye.
streaming, I want to give them each a view. So I just turn them on and I listen to them both.
Viva Barnes is great.
Viva
Those
Barnes
guys.
is great.
We share a birthday, me and Viva.
You
Didn't
Oh,
know until
really?
this year. Yeah, at the same
Oh,
birthday, May 23rd.
cool.
Robert Barnes showed up at Friday Night Tights in Vegas. It was great to meet him.
That was
Awesome.
Awesome dude.
That's cool.
He came on the show. It was great. It was great.
Incredibly smart. Holy shit.
Yeah, and dialed in on the pop culture enough to know that it's important.
Yeah.
So he and Benny Johnson and you, Adam, a lot. I mean, I'll even give the Beanie Guy a little credit. Not the best takes on pop culture, but at least he'll talk about it.
No comment.
When he looked me right in the face, dude, and said Star Trek Picard. season
Oh
one was
man,
great."
I was like, dude, he's about to get it. He's about to get.
I went-
Gary's gonna jump across the table.
I looked at him. I said, "It's the worst thing I've ever seen."
So
Wait,
Oh,
did he like it?
he liked it.
He did like it.
Mm.
Mm.
Picard, Indy 5 reminded me of Picard. It was just an old, decrepit old man leading around a girl, keys to everything, fucking knows everything. So,
Just like Force Awakens.
just like everything. It's fucking everything.
It's boring, dude.
Just like
when we started on The
007.
Witcher-
No Time
when
to
we
Die.
started on The Witcher, 'cause this will
007.
just turn into a Witcher review, which is supposed to be tomorrow on the main channel with some chicks.
Is that a different guy?
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's 2
but-
seasons from now.
I thought it's
No,
him.
No, he left after this season, and I'm sure the
Okay.
idea started dripping into his head when he watched the dailies and he saw that he's barely in his own fucking show.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
bad. It is so bad.
pain.
I'm not interested.
Back to the UFOs. I'm sorry.
Warhammer.
I apologize.
Warhammer.
I made-
Warhammer. I know. Well, he's
I have
producing it, so
I have to
Anyway.
go watch Witcher after this. So
sorry.
Good luck.
Luck.
Sorry, buddy.
Samesies.
oh, dude.
I won't. But I'll send you some good energy.
Adam. I really appreciate that. That's
Got
like
you,
no
dog.
concern. Thanks, brother. Love you
Yeah.
too, man.
Sucks.
Hi,
Aw.
Scott, for $20. Are you doing a meetup in England this year? Yes. And we might not be going to France.
Yeah, we were
What?
going to, but
Oh,
it's
yes.
a little fiery over there.
And guess who's gonna show up at the meetup in England?
Count Dankula.
Disparu.
These are great guesses. The answer is right in front of you.
Yeah.
Baby Yoda.
Adam Crigler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Excited.
Awesome.
Hell yeah. You guys, I mean, England's
It's like a hop, skip, and a jump, right?
pretty
away.
Yeah.
it's pretty close. Pretty
You're
close.
the closest one out of all 4.
I am. I'm closer than you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be early September. We're close to locking down a place. The minute we do, we will let you all know. But it's the first week of September. I was supposed to do a week with the wife afterwards in France for our 20th anniversary, and we're like, maybe not.
Sweden's
Seems a
awfully
little
beautiful.
hot there.
That's a good point. That is a good.
I live in a Hallmark card. You are more than welcome
I want
to
to go check out Germany. too.
vacation.
Ooh.
That or Italy.
Beer fest.
chocolate.
That's in October though.
I went to Sicily. You know, it's funny that Roman temple they were at in Indy 5,
Mhm.
is the one in Sicily. I've been to that one.
Oh. I'd like to go too.
There's tons
I've
of
only seen Indy 1 through 3, and then also
So the only real ones.
Me
there was
too.
a
Well-
fourth one that had Indiana Jones in it. I don't know what that one was though.
Like a
No,
fever
you know what?
dream.
You know what they should do is they should just at the end of Last Crusade do a Marvel stinger halfway through the credits. Go, 20 years from what I can't remember how much. 25 years from now, or 25 years from or 25 years later, and then you just show the wedding of Indiana Jones and Marion
And that's it.
with Mutt there, and that's it. That's all you need to do.
Yeah,
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
that would be
A little
great.
stinger at the end. And he said, just jumped into the chat and I don't have a Twitter. Well, you're smart. Hail the 199, hail the Legion of Memers. Hail the Legion of Memers.
Yeah, Legion.
We'll post things in the description once we know, and there'll probably be an RSVP as well.
There will be an RSVP. We'll make it happen. We're going to have tons of fun. Shad.
So don't worry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I
I'd like
can't
to
wait
meet
to go to
Chad.
castles with Shad. It's gonna be
Dude.
awesome.
That's gonna be so. I need to get some cosplay
I'm so
of
excited.
stuff I could wear of that time period.
We got to tell you, I'm super grateful for you guys. And I mean, you in the chat, fuck these co-hosts, but no, I like them too.
No, I'm totally with you.
Yeah. No, I'm great. Like, it's like winning a lottery that you worked your ass off for, and we get to do these like amazing things. So I hope we get to meet you, because that's why we do the meetups, is to meet you guys and just to hang out, so you guys can also hang out with each other. And all your friends you meet in the chat here, you can meet in person. They end up being a really good time. But like this allows me and you guys to like go to castles with Shad. Like, that is the raddest thing ever.
That's so cool.
So dope.
And thank you, like, seriously, thank you. So yeah, I do not mind, and I will continue as long as I can to throw you guys little parties, and you don't have to pay to be there. Just show up, and we'll try to get you some drinks and a little bit of food, and we'll just hang out, and it's because like you've allowed us to do this like really brilliant job. Yeah, it sucks to watch The Witcher and Indy 5, but I find I'm actually having fun. I'm actually like, if I can rip something, I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time.
I mean, watching The Witcher is bad, but it's not as bad as some of the stuff I've had to do at work. So
It's true.
Yeah,
You
but
work in the medical field.
You work in an ER where you see like pus and fucking bones sticking out.
no, yeah. Oh, I actually think that's kind of cool
I
about
don't
the
know what
bones.
you
Wait,
were
what-
miming there.
what were you doing?
What was that?
Was this an anus? And this was
I have to do those tests.
She's an alien.
It's called a barium enema.
You're probing people.
Literally, and pumping them liquid.
Way to bring it back.
wait.
Ministry of Wrong Thing for $9.99. My tinfoil theory is all the worldwide government depopulation measures are part of the deal with the aliens to let us live to death and take over the earth instead of taking it over with violence. Well, I mean, that's one way. They could see Discord. Like, I could see like an alien, if they're smart, they could see Discord easily and easily take us over through a lot of means. They could introduce a disease. They can introduce.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, Walking Dead was supposed to be. It was like alien spores that started the zombies for some kind of.
Was that the origin?
That was what was supposed to happen in the comic. I don't know if that was the move for the show, but that's what Kirkman said later on. Yeah, it's a possibility. I was going to mention earlier. I mean, how would they view us? Well, maybe they view us like freaking deer. Like, we like deer.
Or ants.
Ants. We don't look at them as fondly as we do deer. Like, deer walk through my front yard sometimes.
Bambi,
Deer are in my neighborhood,
cute.
and they're so cute and everything. But we do have to go and kill them.
And eat
When
them.
the population gets too big.
Helicopters sometimes.
Yeah. And maybe that's just how they view us. It's like, oh, we like these humans, but we'll get a little out of control. We need to call.
Well, we also eat deer, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Not everyone, but
venison. I
So-
would.
It's very good.
The jerky's good. The beef jerky stuff is good.
I just hope the aliens don't want to eat us, because I feel
Well-
like that's a different situation.
What if we're like a part of like this awesome 5-star 5-course meal on Zorbu's planet?
No,
Yeah.
Zorbu
That's how they get-
What
told
if
me.
we're a farm for them? Uh-oh.
To serve man, it's a cookbook. Come on, Twilight Zones ever.
It's a cookbook.
KC883 for 5 Canadian pesos. Is there a reason why episode 18 with Uncharted X is not on the playlist on YouTube with all the other episodes? Probably because we forgot to put it on the playlist.
In
Forbidden Frontier.
on the YouTube side?
A
I blame
Spotify,
X-Ray.
maybe? Or
Let me go check.
Yeah, they always miss the Friday.
I blame Garrett. I blamed X-Ray at first, but now I blame Garrett. I blame them both.
Let me check.
Well, that's actually correct because they always miss the Friday Night Tights playlist too. So
Damn.
I just fix it.
Professionals.
I just
sorry.
I just fix it. There you go. So yeah,
I don't put it in because I don't want it to early pop into the playlist.
Yeah,
you know? I just forget to do
remember
that.
afterwards. So
Sorry.
if you can't find something on a playlist, KC883, you could just go to it's confusing as hell, but if you go to live, you could just scroll down and see it because this is pretty much the only show we're doing live on this channel right now. Unless
Till we get a
All right,
certain
we're in there.
few people to interview that we may or may not go big.
Yeah. Oh, we're going on the main one. Like if Randall comes on, we're going on the main one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. WG for $100. Great show. But the Vatican had a UFO. They just knew where it was. It all makes sense. Priests are men in black. The Pope wears a tall hat like a Beldar Conehead. And Mind Blown Communion is a sacrament and a title of the 1987 UFO book of the same name by one Whitley Strieber, who was just interviewed on Weaponized Podcast, which is a very good interview. Whitley Strieber says, cue up Twilight Zone music. Exactly. Thank you, WG. So Whitley Strieber wrote Communion. It's a good movie. Communion is a good movie. It's a good book. He also wrote Wolfen and the Hunger, the great movie with Catherine Deneuve and David Bowie and Susan Sarandon. Freaking outstanding movie. Yeah.
Cool.
A vampire movie with David Bowie.
Sounds awesome.
It is awesome. It starts out with Bela Lugosi's dead. Come on. Bela Lugosi's dead. John Cunningham for $10. Do you guys plan any Forbidden Frontier meetups in the future? That'd be fun. Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe.
If we get
The future's bright.
Probably like corresponding with some of these like Contact in the Desert and those kinds of events.
Right. That makes sense.
Because we go there and like we went to Cosmic Summit and there was a ton of you guys out there. So that kind of thing, if we could kind of like get that more often, be cool.
Yes, I'm a big.
Forbidden Frontier meetup in Roswell, New Mexico. Russ
That would be
says.
great. That would be
That's
great.
a great idea.
And yes, I am a huge Bauhaus Peter Murphy fan. Massive. Love that band. Love that singer. They're fucking great. Lord of the Ree for $5 says, "What the fuck is up with
What the fuck is up, Denny's? Sorry, I got this.
Okay, thank you. How about them pull shifts, eh?
They're
It's
shifting.
crazy. They're shifting. They're getting faster.
It's coming right for me.
Well, you know the sun's poles shift constantly, like every 11 years.
Oh, wow.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yep. Yeah.
Hmm.
There's solar maximum, minimum, all that stuff. Sean for $20. I saw a UFO in Tyler, Texas, silently hovering above a field that I was walking through. After a minute, it turned its bottom up and shot off. So it did the thing like that, like
And
Bob
then-
Lazar, and shot off. I knew Lazar was telling the truth when he described that exact motion on Rogan. Hail, Sean. That's fucking awesome. You saw
Cool.
that. That is, I would love to see one, dude. Would love to see one. Have my camera out. Get the video.
And have it be a Forbidden Frontier exclusive.
It will be a Forbidden Frontier exclusive. I'd even get Mahler to come
Special
in.
event.
Voiceover. Yeah.
Oh.
Sir Ubas. I can talk.
Uberstank.
Sir
I can.
Sir Ubasan.
He could do it.
$10. I'm gonna do this. With how detailed you disbrew or CDs reviews are on shows and movies, how do you become a credible critic? Because I always look for the good in something, but don't know how to critique well like you. Well, sir, you're obviously too nice. You just gotta like not worry about hurting anybody's feelings because we're talking about art.
That's the key. That is the key.
Talk
Don't
about
worry.
the text itself.
Yeah. Don't worry about not even hurting other people's feelings. Don't worry about other people.
Period.
Just give your true, honest input of said whatever you're trying to review. That's the key.
And if the honesty is you like it, that's great. I mean,
yeah.
But if you see something stupid, don't go, well, I kind of see what they were doing there. It's like, no.
And a lot of people worked on it.
Yeah.
Like, they work real hard.
That
They
doesn't
all
take
got
away from
paid.
the-
Do not concern yourself with any of the minutia. Adam is right. I heard Dave Cullen, great inspiration to this channel. He his shout out helped make this channel. I love Dave. Dave came in on his indie review, which is very good. Please go check it out. And he says, I know a lot of people have already talked about this. A lot of people have already talked about everything on YouTube, and Dave's like old school, man. I wouldn't pretend to tell him what to do.
Yeah.
And maybe he felt that way, but that's why, I didn't watch Drinker's review. That the one good thing about when I do a review with Drink, the same as Drinker's, once I'm done recording mine and it's out, I can go watch his. That's the first thing I do is watch the Drinker review, which is great. But no, you can't compete against yourself. Don't worry about what anybody else is saying. And
Beautiful.
The UFO community, I'll even use that word, could learn some of that. There's woo-woo out, David Wilcock doesn't give a fuck. He's talking about transporting people to Mars and de-aging them as agents. He doesn't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. I mean, just be honest. What Adam says, be honest and don't care.
Yep.
It's difficult.
Let me see is this a new shirt from Contact that you're rocking right now? So
I'm gonna go get mine. Hold.
Here, wait. I'll solo layout it.
Yeah. All right. It's cool, but you know what you should do, right? You gotta change all of the side patch. Just have that say Art Bell. Then you have to have a bell written off the top of the helmet. Alter the image so that it's Art Bell in the as the spaceman.
That's fucking awesome.
Because then you got a Contact Art Bell shirt.
We should make that our shirt. You just
Holy
created
shit.
a shirt for us.
Art Bell, the
Hey.
spaceman.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Art
Yeah,
Bell, the
fuck
spaceman.
Contact in the desert.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. We need to make an Art Bell spaceman.
I appreciated being there, but George Snorri worship was a bit much. So next year when I go there, I'm going to have an Art Bell fucking shirt on.
It'll be a Forbidden
Hey.
Frontier shirt.
Here, Art Bell shirt.
Let's fucking go.
What I missed? What are we doing?
Oh,
Art Bell
you,
shirt.
too bad. You missed
I
it.
was
You're
getting a
out.
shirt for you.
I'll go so far as to
How are you gonna
contact the
change?
family to make sure it's okay. I'm sure it is.
Oh, another different style.
All right,
I thought
that's
of
pretty
you,
rad.
Adam.
I
bought
love
this.
it.
Yeah,
Aw.
That's literally me. You want to know why? Because the saguaro cactuses in the background, they only grow in one place on the planet.
that would be Arizona.
That would be in Arizona, and I lived smack dab in the center of them, and I
Dude,
played
and they are
guitar.
That is cool.
Huge. They get big.
And my guitar. Hold on.
Right?
I
Wait,
drove through-
taller than me?
30 feet.
My God.
Before I
no.
even moved there, I bought.
I saw one
this
taller
guitar.
than a telephone pole. It
Looks
was
just
right
like
next
this.
to a telephone pole, and I'm like, how fucking big do these things get? And they get big. That's
Oh
awesome.
my God. That's
That is
cool.
beautiful, Adam.
We should
I
get
didn't even live in the spot before I bought this guitar.
You know what's cool
each
about
of
this?
the.
This is Rhonda. This is Rhonda, by the way.
You know what's cool? Hi, Rhonda. You
Oh,
know what's cool about this
hello.
cactus?
I
It
know.
looks
She,
like a-
she thick. She thick.
it
With
looks like a
three
giant.
C's.
I like those cactuses because it looks like a giant middle finger.
Yeah,
Dude.
they're all like.
Those things are old. The more arms they have, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
The older they are.
get big and old.
Holy shit.
The forests of them are fucking beautiful. It's
Oh yeah.
gorgeous. I love driving through Arizona. I almost
Mhm.
moved there, dude. I almost moved there. If it wasn't so full of Californians, I would have gone.
It's even hotter
It's-
than
dude.
Texas.
Arizona's red as fuck. Don't let anyone lie to you.
Oh, I know.
Don't let the news convince you otherwise either. Arizona's red.
Dude,
Anyway.
I was driving through Alabama, and I mean, I wasn't surprised. Alabama, Tennessee. This was Alabama, Tennessee. There was lots of stars and bars.
Yeah,
Lots
I was
of
gonna say
stars
the
and
same
bars
thing when I
flying,
drove
yeah.
too.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, okay, right on.
South will rise again.
Lots of stars and bars. Eric K for $2. Drill motorbike. Do not buy at Harbor Freight. Okay, no, I won't.
Harbor Freight. Yeah, don't. Unless you're working, if you need a tool for one use only, Harbor Freight. If
Sure.
you ever want to use that tool again, go somewhere else.
You know
Like a
what?
dollar
Fall apart.
store?
That's
Yeah,
where the
basically,
guy.
of
That's where
tools.
that guy bought the freaking drill.
Yep.
The top of the
The drill
mason.
Freight.
motor, yeah.
Harbor Freight.
Not
telling you.
trashing them, like that. Just know what you're getting.
But the weird
They're
thing
really good
is,
in the pinch.
they would have a drill like that at Harbor Freight. Like they've got
yeah, they would.
all the different tools.
No,
It's just the cheapest version you can get of any
auto
tool.
days. Yeah, back in my auto shop days, that's where we had like if something broke and we needed it right then, we went.
Right. You need a right then, Harbor Freight.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Robinson for $50. Thank you very much. Says, love you all. Take care. Take care, Rob. Thanks for coming in.
Cheers.
Zorbu has donated $25 again. Zorbu.
Yes.
Hey, Adam.
I thought we were cool, Zorbu.
Well,
I don't even know what he's about to say.
He says, hey, Adam, I might not have been the best version of myself with that last super chat. It's just the job is wearing me down. Last month, we made the mistake of landing in San Francisco and I ran out of anal probes. Crazy. Anyway, we're cool, man.
Aw.
Hayden, 75. Hayden's a legend.
Hayden's
you're
awesome.
up, baby. Thank you for the fitty. Hail Forbidden Frontier. Out in the deserts of New Mexico, sometimes you see some weird. I imagine you do, because he drives through the deserts of New Mexico. It's not a bad job, dude. Weird things in the sky. When it's cool enough to chill outside, I sometimes do. I'm about to be alone out here for about a week. No people for 5 miles. Eyes to the sky. That's what I would do. Hell yeah. Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Get a telescope.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
I used to
And a
go-
camera. And a camera. Please have a camera
go
close.
camping at Joshua Tree and like not glamping, camping. It was a tent, a blanket, my car, a telescope. We built a fire, but like
Cool.
at night, it was just looking at the stars for 3 days over the weekend. It was great.
I love how
Hell yeah.
quiet it is out there.
It's really quiet, and you can see an incredible amount of stars in Joshua
Mhm.
Tree. It's a beautiful place, by the way. Beautiful place. Zorbu is back for $25.
You my boo, Zorbu.
Okay, last one,
Ooh.
I promise.
That's good. That
On
was
the
good.
subject of pineapple pizza, let's just say a galactic war is currently being waged on this controversy. Choose wisely, Earthlings. Choose wisely. Yes. Looking at you, Gary. Nanu nanu.
Wait. So Zorbu
Oh, wait,
is
is he-
against pineapple.
He's anti.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm ready to be beamed up, Zorbu. Take me with
You
you.
ready for that?
Garrett just
anal
disappears. Like he just.
probe?
Oh shit!
No, this will be our Independence Day. Coming for you, Zorbu.
The Pizza Wars.
It's gone to the skies.
Dick Shooter for $10 says, Que paso? Baby is fantastic. Okay.
All right.
That's a very
Just
kind
don't
thing.
put her in the corner.
Crip is.
Oh, I was going to say that's a very kind thing to say about Adam. There you go.
Cute.
Wizard Shack for $10. Harrison Ford shirtless has scared me for life. Thanks for the content. Inspired me to restart my channel. Good. That's good.
Yeah, that back shot. When he's walking up to the door, his back is like very old.
He's-
I don't
I
want
mean,
to see
like-
that side of Indy. I don't want to see that side of Indy.
No,
Don't show it to me, Disney. Stop.
They
well,
did.
that's not really indie. Just tell yourself that.
That
Just
could
remind
be
yourself.
his body double.
No, maybe. Yeah.
I am Merkin for £5 You're not a Merkin unless you're there spending silly British money that's actually worth more than ours. Or it has the illusion of being worth more than ours because money's not worth anything. The Welsh Triangle by Peter Paget. I got to be careful I say that because I didn't want to say Paget.
Paget.
A good read.
But then you
before
said
the
it.
UK
You
meetup,
then
Gary.
said it.
Yes, I did. See you in the UK. I've got one for that. Where is it?
Paging Dr. Buckets.
Nice.
L Fox for $5. Someone give this man some dynamite and blow it up. Fastest way to dig. Dude, that's what they're heading towards, blowing up the mesa. They're gonna blow up that fucking mesa.
They're really drawing it out though.
Rockets,
They are.
mesa, digging. Let's cut the digging out. Go straight to the
Every time they
rockets.
light off a rocket, I'm down for it. I don't care what happens. It's just cool to light off rockets. Like, I want to light off rockets.
Yeah.
Imagine, dude, they must have the fun best time.
You don't like
it's getting
rockets, bro?
No, I do. No, don't get me wrong. It's just getting old.
No, I want them
All right. Don't Oak
Well,
Island me,
The
man.
next episode though.
made by the same people.
Wait. Hold on. Are you serious?
Yes.
The same people who made Oak Island are making this show?
That make Ancient Aliens, that make damn near every paranormal kind of weird show on History Channel. Yeah,
Does not surprise
formula.
me.
It's
It
a
doesn't
formula.
surprise me at all. God, it's so
and
bad.
Oak Island gets crazy. Like, it gets, for what it's made for, it gets viewed by a lot of, it makes a lot of money. And Skinwalker's making a lot of money. It has to be if it got a spin-off.
True.
Mhm.
I know some people who watch Oak Island who I would never expect to watch it, but they love it and they like religiously watch it. And I'm like, you really? Okay.
Yeah, I like some.
Okay.
I like shitty reality. Sometimes I've talked about one of my favorite shows got canceled. It was only like 2 years. Was Flipping Vegas. I don't know why I like Flipping Vegas, but I was obsessed with that show.
I was scrolling on Netflix and started watching Tex-Mex Motors. It's a show where they take old busted up cars from Mexico and bring them into Texas and fix them and sell them. It's the
That's
cringiest
cool.
thing.
I,
It's like
I
all,
love those. No, I love those shows.
It's all like performative, but it's
Well, for
I
the
love it.
longest time,
watch the whole thing.
The VW Bug, the only place you can get one until they started remaking them. was
Mexico.
Mexico. Yeah.
Because they didn't
Interesting.
stop. They didn't stop making
them.
the original
Bug. Yeah.
Bug until like the 90s.
Yeah.
Wow.
They
Forever.
kept producing them.
Mhm.
Just love them.
If it ain't broke.
The Lone Space Marine for $13.99 Canadian. Hail peeps. Ever going to talk about shadow people? The shiz gives me the jeebies. Yeah, I will, because one of my very
Sure.
good friends who I trust completely saw one.
I
Oh.
know two people who have their own version, their story
Yep.
too, and one of them's family.
We should
There
do
you go.
an
I
episode for
trust
sure.
them. I trust them.
Yeah, my buddy has he's pushing 30 years sober and had the experience while he was sober.
Wow.
In his house. And there's a lot of creepy old houses in San Francisco too. I mean, shit, my house was a creepy old house. It was built in 1910. So, well, okay. Old to Americans. I hear the Brits laughing out there. I can hear them like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Chief Skycorn for $5 says, my garden is haunted by zombie deer and a possessed rabbit that flash back and forth, and I in between dimensions, watermelon or cantaloupe. Are they eating them both? I don't know.
Oh, maybe he's asking what we like.
Oh,
I
what
don't
we
know.
like? Watermelon over cantaloupe.
Watermelon.
Yeah, watermelon.
Juicy, yummy.
Not even close.
Oh, that's
I don't know.
natural
I don't know.
answer for
A
me.
perfectly ripe cantaloupe though.
Yeah.
It's so rare. That's why I'll take watermelon over, because
Yeah.
it's watermelon's good like 80% of the time, whereas a cantaloupe is only good like maybe 5%.
You know what I like?
Otherwise,
Maybe
they're
I've never
gross.
had that because I don't like the taste. The flavor.
I like honeydew.
Okay. You got honeydew's really good too. No,
I don't
Mhm.
think I've ever had
cantaloupe sucks unless it's like perfectly ripe.
Perfect. Yep.
Ma-
Okay.
See,
mango,
yeah, seriously.
mango is the best.
yes.
Mangoes are good.
Mango.
Mango.
Mango in
Mango's
all
bang.
forms are good.
But I
Yeah.
like raw vegetables. I like carrots, celery, cauliflower.
Celery is disgusting.
Cut that racism out in the chat. I see you over there, wizard.
What?
What?
Saying I can't like watermelon. Only 25% of me can like watermelon.
Oh shit!
Oh, no.
Oh,
How
shit.
dare you?
I suddenly have the ice cream song in my head.
Which
What?
Van Halen?
No, you guys,
Like
you know
we
the
all
ice cream
scream for
truck?
Ice cream?
No, when the ice cream trucks
Oh,
come.
like the ice cream man.
Oh,
It was a joke. It's super racist because it's actually like based on a song about watermelon and
oh.
black,
Is it?
black people.
What is?
Oh,
I didn't
I didn't know that. Say what?
No
Adam
one got the
brings
joke.
race-
No,
Damn.
because it's too much of a deep cut, man. That's a deep
Shit.
cut.
I'm sorry. No.
How do I feel about fried chicken? I love it.
It's
Russ,
very,
I love
it's very
love fried
racist.
chicken,
If you
too.
listen to like
Really?
what the song really is, holy
know that.
shit. Yeah, it's bad. Oh,
The ice cream-
we'll talk about it tomorrow on the show.
Base
Okay.
down. All right, let's do
We'll
it.
I'll need
dive
to
into
tune
that.
in.
We'll get
I'll need to
Flawed
tune
into this
in.
Flawed's gonna
conversation.
love it. We'll get Flawed to do a new version of it.
That'll be great. That'll be
I
great.
was, you were talking about. I was like, Ice Cream Man by Ben.
Yeah,
Hill?
what do you?
How cool.
Oh wow.
But I'm your ice cream man. Stop me when I'm passing by. All my flavors are guaranteed to satisfy.
Oh,
Wow.
For Ubasan for $10. All due respect, I don't spare feelings. Good. I'm not good with giving what a fair critique should be. I do appreciate you saying that, even though you won't have the popular opinion in the Batman trailer shows honesty. Yeah, I got almost pretty ratioed on that one. Yeah, I think everybody starts out critiquing stuff like, I don't want to use the word. They're nicer. I'm not going to say soft, but they're nicer. It's the more you do it, the more you practice. It's just like doing YouTube. The less you'll give a fuck. You'll start finding your way. You know, it's like learning how to swim.
Find your voice.
Start out a little shallow. Dip your feet into the water. You get your few comments calling you, whatever
an
they're gonna call you.
istophobe.
And then
Ignore them.
and ignore them.
Mhm. And don't look at other people's critique and base yours on theirs. Use
Yeah,
your
follow-
own
Follow your
spin.
gut. Your
Yeah.
gut will know. Roger Moreno for $4.99. Dr. Stephen Greer, Serious Disclosure. I'm gonna watch it, although I think he's just gone way off the reservation. But I'll watch it. He still like puts in good footage, and I still like a good UFO doc because I want.
Yeah.
There seems to be fewer with footage out there, and maybe it's because the internet. But there still isn't a conglomerate out there that categorizes UFO footage that comes out. Even I know there's daily UFO and stuff, but they put up so much.
I would like a timeline. Like, here's a timeline of
I want a
last time
perfect
something was
world
seen. Boom.
where
boom, boom,
there's
boom.
a check system where somebody isn't just going to throw up something that's obviously fake and
Yeah.
maybe go through and curate it and put it in one place. Because that's what UFO docs used to be, is just footage. I want to see some footage, and I haven't seen a ton of new footage, and I know there's some out there.
We don't have
Someone
we don't have
tagged
a
us.
shortage of cameras these days.
Did you see that something in Mexico? Someone tagged us in it like Thursday or Friday. Did you see that?
No. See if
I'm
you can
sharing
find
it.
it.
Right.
I'll read
I've
some-
got it right here. I'm
You
sharing it.
got it? Let's share it. Throw it up.
What the?
Yeah, this happened in
Play
the
that again?
US. So
Play
this
that
is
again and pause it right.
they go in
before-
slow mo. So this is an anomalous object, UAP, non-Earth, was captured live over Tepoztlan, Morales, Mexico.
See, I would totally think that's a meteor until it made a turn. Now,
Yeah,
people would go,
turn.
the lines around it make
Here
it
we
look
go.
fake, but that's an artifact from the
From the
video.
the camera itself.
From the camera itself. Holy shit! But
Isn't
what
that
are the
crazy?
things-
What are those
the-
other ones? There's
what are
like
the
other
other
ones
things
like
that just went over on the top?
No,
though?
I feel like it's this object doing this.
You think so?
Do they do
Yeah.
a slow motion one? Play it again. Play it again.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
It looks like it's going out and around and then coming back up.
Zip, zap,
Through.
zap. Interesting. All within milliseconds. That's
Could be
traveling so
VFX.
fast.
But
Could be.
it is interesting. It has like a kind of a flat, almost. It looks like it's going straight up.
Yeah, it's weird, right? I don't know what it is, but someone tagged it. They were like, "Whoa, this
It's
is
super
cool."
weird.
Tagged all of us, and I happened to see it in my mentions. I was like, "Oh, that's weird."
Corridor Crew does a great little debunking video where they pull up like UFO videos and they explain the ones that are VFX and how they're VFX and how they did it. We should send that to those guys. They should take a look at this.
Well, it's in. I put it in FF research.
Well, the
I just
thing is,
That's really
anything
cool.
I see, I post it in there. So
with shitty video, the better special effects you can do, the more convincing.
Right? Yeah. The more
Right,
convincing it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty shitty.
More artifacting you can kind of put over it.
The one thing you probably couldn't is if something happened in the fucking daylight and one of these damn UFOs finally got like low enough to where there's it's perfectly sunny day. It's a perfectly fucking sunny day, and you're happen to be in the middle of the desert where it's really flat, or in the middle of the plains or something, and one gets really close, and then there's another person
There's
standing in
multiple
front to
angles.
give you perspective. And maybe multiple angles, and maybe that'll be convincing to some people, but it will be tough. It will be really tough. I don't know.
Agreed.
Unless, of course, Disney did the CG, and then it wouldn't look real at all.
Yeah.
Pale-eyed wolf for $6.99 Canadian. Don't forget the experiment in the air where the instruments lost a quarter of a second of time. Time dilation is possible sign of wormhole, and that happens a lot. That's people, the Bermuda Triangle. I still think it's a weird place. I think it's probably like a Skinwalker Ranch where there's weird things. We still haven't found Flight 19. That was a really weird one. That's a whole flight. That's not one plane. The entire flight. And no, they have not found them. They found planes there before, but they've not found Flight 19, which is really weird. But that's what the Dial of Destiny could have gone into that, because that little portal thing is a lot. It's what people have described they have seen over the Bermuda Triangle before. So I think that could still be a natural phenomenon. There could be a fissure, as they put it in Indiana Jones, a fissure in reality that people just fly through, and maybe they immediately die. Maybe they go to the past, whatever. But we don't know. But who knows? We know so little about the universe right now. We don't even know what consciousness is. We don't know what reality is. But we got fuckheads like Bill Nye, the engineer guy, out there saying we just answered everything. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
That's idiotic.
It's retarded. Or it's you just such a state actor, or you're so locked into. I mean, it's a grift from him.
He's not even a scientist.
Agreed.
He's a science guy, which is an actor that they hired.
Fucking actor.
Yep.
He's an actor.
Correct. In a lab coat.
In a fucking lab coat. What a goon. Ironworks Gaming for $10. When I get real bored, I like to drive downtown and get a great parking spot. Then sit in my car and count how many people ask if I'm leaving. Stephen Wright. Awesome comment. Hail Stephen Wright.
Stephen Wright.
Yes.
Hello, Stephen Wright.
He talks about his comedy on Rogan, like his process and stuff. Pretty genius. Goblin D's Nuts. Goblin D's Nuts. Goblin D's Nuts for $5. It's obvious. It's obvious aliens share some DNA with Asians if they keep crashing. Keep crashing.
Wow.
I laugh.
What's up, Zorbu? my bro.
Dick Shooter for $5 says, honest question, where be the aliens?
Where they
That's
be?
the question. That's the question.
They're with your mom right now.
Damn.
Nuclear Winter Gamer for 5 Canadian pesos. What's up? A flying Winnebago Lone Star. That's how they described it.
Lone Star. Sorry. Couldn't help myself.
Read George Knapp's, he co-authored it with somebody, but there's a Skinwalker Ranch book that's fantastic that talks about the early days of Skinwalker Ranch and some of the Bigelow stuff written by George Knapp and somebody else. To that somebody else, I apologize. It's also that's available on Audible if you want it. Confused Hitman for £5 You should visit Wales for castles. We have the most per square mile in Europe. I am going to visit Wales. Confused Hitman. I have a friend who lives there.
Yeah.
That I'm going to
I'm
visit.
part Welsh. I found
I've got a
my
castle.
grandmother
Part
found.
Wales.
I'm part Wales. Yeah, that's right.
Wow. Is it like your foot?
I got a hole in the top
You have
of my
a
head.
tail?
It's back here.
Can we
Could blow
call that
water
the
out of it.
bonus hole?
Blowhole?
Bonus hole A on the top of my head.
It's the man buns for
That's
it.
why.
Right there.
It covers
So
That's
no
why I
one sees
cover
it.
it up. So nobody sees, but now everybody knows. Dang.
Oh,
Forgot. Told everybody.
dang.
All you had to say.
Sorry.
I mean, to cover up a hole in your head, I might not call you gay all the time.
No, it's to cover up the bonus hole. It's pretty gay.
I think whales are gay. Or no, it's dolphins.
I'm trying to
that are
cover
gay.
the. If I was gay, I'd let everybody know the bonus hole was there.
Well, it
trying to
depends
keep
on
it
how
away.
promiscuous you were, I think.
Oh,
Oh
I'm
my.
not promiscuous
Lord
at all. I'm very
of the
faithful.
Reed for $5. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. That's right.
Sorry, I had to do that. It's just in
You
my
have a
bones.
great singing voice.
I don't, and I don't care. Can't wait to sing Bon Jovi.
So you're already
You
admitting
accept
defeat.
Don't do that.
I'm not.
Sounded like you admitted defeat there.
I'm catching them. Damn it! I'm catching.
Yeah, we're
'em.
moving up. We're moving up.
Moving on up to the sky. He looks upon-
Again, with the singing voice. It's great.
I haven't tried yet. Wait till you hear me try. It gets so much worse.
I will watch that. I will.
Jeremy's creamy back end for 2. I could like sing punk rock when I was a kid, but that's not singing.
I believe you.
Jeremy's creamy back end for 2 British pounds. We need a Zorbu shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Zorbu is like, come here in peace, man.
All right. I like where your head's at. Not how I pictured
Gotta
Zorro.
be the most hideous,
He's like a little guy.
alien, but he's really nice. But he's like
come in the
he's got, like,
peace.
every limb has a mouth at the end with like the circular teeth. It's just
Oh, God.
Oh, that'd be
like, killing you in
creepy.
1,000 ways, but he's really just like the sweetest guy.
Also, not how I pictured Zorbu, but
Yep.
Yeah.
we should have an
Uh,
art
We
contest.
can
Andrew,
workshop
should.
him.
We should. And
Guys, send an
Yeah.
art.
Art contest.
Are we sure about that? Ripa had a little problem with an art contest.
Well, there's no prize.
Have we
Did he?
cleared it with any underpaid
Yeah.
Marvel artists yet? To
No,
get that
no
out?
prize. We're gonna talk about your art
That's
on the
just
show
it.
and maybe make a T-shirt.
But if we do, we'll talk to you about it. We'll
Yeah.
do a whole
Yeah.
thing.
All right, forget it.
No,
X-ray
we'll do it.
ruined it.
No, she,
Dang it.
girls ruin everything. I mean,
Ah,
Jeez,
jeez.
this is correct.
no, we'll do it. We'll do it. Andrew
Marvel?
Matthews for 5 British pounds says, "Aliens, you may take my bottom virginity, you may take my sanity, but you will never take my pineapple from my pizza." Yes.
Yes.
Quantum Sledgehammer for $5.59. Arthur C. Clarke's quote you were trying to remember is
Sufficiently?
sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. Indistinguishable. That's the
Dude,
one. I was looking for.
That was such a smack to your face. That was so brutal. I know they were trying to be nice, but damn. The quote
I like the way you said it. I thought it was a
that
good
you
quote.
were trying to remember
No,
Nice attempt.
was this
Adam has obviously never been to marriage. Okay.
marriage counseling? Is that what you said?
No, I'm good. Yeah, marriage counseling, because I was taught in marriage counseling many years ago that the voice in your head might not necessarily be the voice that they used for a super chat. Don't ever.
Oh, dude,
assume-
welcome to the internet, man. That's all of the
Exactly.
internet.
I always assume that they're just trying to help.
I know,
Yeah.
but I look at any
Adam
ways
won't.
to dig
what-
on others.
Look what I do
This is
too,
true.
but I love the chat, so I doubt that they were trying to like make me
Look,
stupid,
I
because
was projecting.
that.
All right, I'll admit
Trolling is a
it.
form of love, okay?
Yeah.
I can make myself look stupid all on my own better than anybody.
Watch the Gollum game.
Oh, I tried. Oh my god, I tried.
That was fun.
I think it
Not
was-
the Gollum. I didn't try the Gollum game. I tried watching him play the Gollum game. Oof. Anyway,
Never Mourn for 5 British pounds. The Golem game. Hey, you know what? They canceled it.
Yeah, the other,
Canceled
they were going to make
themselves. They
another game. They
closed down.
canceled it.
Canceled it. They shut down the gaming. They're only going in the publishing now. Amazon, you have a precedent now. You can
Yeah.
just put everything
Rings
down.
of Power. There's still time. You don't have to release season 2.
Oh, you do now because I've got a bet with Dan Bass. So you get that shit out.
well then Wheel of Time. You can
Yeah, there you
cut
go.
that off then,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Disparu
please?
might cry, but whatever.
Dude, it's terrible.
He still has rings of power then at that rate.
Yeah, he
so
does.
he'll be fine.
Nevermorn for €5.
Yeah.
I heard, Wheel of Time is bad.
That's
Do y'all
bad.
know now or watch Alien Scientist? Any opinions? I don't watch it. I watch it.
All right, I've had him on the show. I've been on his show.
Ah.
He's very opinionated about certain people having more of the spotlight in the alien world.
Than he does?
I don't think he likes Jeremy Corbell much, or at all. Or Bob Lazar. He's a character. Let's say
He's a
that.
character.
I like him though. He's very nice. He's a cool dude.
I'll check him out. Ironworks Gaming for $5. Like Art Bell said, if aliens landed, walk down the ramp, that would be so full. The would be so full lead. Is that how you wrote that there, X-Ray Girl?
If aliens landed, walked down the ramp, the would be so full of lead.
Lead.
They would be, sorry. I
Oh,
missed that.
They would be so full of lead.
I believe it. Okay, they would be so full of lead. I believe it. Humans fear what they don't understand. Our military would approach them like that. I don't know if, like, I'll be with Adam on this. I think if they landed in fucking just some town in Oklahoma, I don't think they would be filled with lead.
No.
Yet. I don't. I think the military would fill them with lead. I think
no, isn't that like the start of ET?
okay?
Yeah.
Aliens land in Compton. What happens?
Motherfucker, go
I
fuck
don't
them
know.
up.
I don't know. I feel like it
Or you think
depends on-
they'd be
it's a-
chill?
well, no, it depends on what block. You know, you might get the block where like a couple guys are smoking blunts outside, and they're like,
Yo, what's up?
"Is that a motherfucking alien?"
I
And passing the blunt, and the alien's like,
say.
"Nah." Zorbu's like, "I'll
Zorbu,
get down on
what's
that."
up?
What you know? I came in peace. This is what I'm talking about.
I think there's just as much of a chance. Like if it landed in my neighborhood, it could possibly get filled full of lead.
Depends on how. Yeah, is it like skulking around? Is it like,
It depends.
hey, I need help? You know,
It depends.
we're pretty welcoming here in
If they're
Texas,
popping a cap in
but
it,
still,
lands in the wrong yard in Compton. I'm just saying, or Hunter's Point.
That's what's behind gun
play.
control.
Yeah,
That's why they want to take everyone's
that's
guns.
why they want to take away.
So the aliens will feel safe.
well, fuck the
all
aliens
for
then.
safety.
Y'all need to get out of here.
Zorbu, shit.
Except for you, Zorbu.
This
Zorbu,
is a
yeah.
very awkwardly worded sentence, but it makes sense.
Was it any awkwardly worded than the last one?
No, not like the last one.
Why? Because it wasn't the super chatter's fault. That's for sure. Zorbu on the Streamlab side for $25 says, Jesus, Gary, I don't look like that. If you
Yeah.
tweet me looking like that, you will be probed, sideways probed. Eee, okay.
Well, hold on, Zorbu. I mean, he's always been looking for an encounter, so I feel like he might be welcome.
Not like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Oh
no,
my
no, no,
gosh.
no, not sorry.
Mm.
Okay.
Not
Oh, my
looking
bad. My
for- not
bad.
looking for
I
that
think you should
kind
try it anyway, Zorbu, just to see.
By
I
the way,
mean,
you know where the anal probing thing hit the pop culture zeitgeist?
where? No, I don't.
Communion from Whitley Strieber's Communion. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's where it comes from.
I went straight to eating the body of Christ, drinking his blood. That's what I thought you were talking.
Communion. Oh,
I was like, I don't remember that part. That's a
It's
different
been a while
church.
since I've been to Sunday school, so I don't know.
oh man, there's a really bad joke in there. I'm just
That's a Catholic
not gonna
joke
do
in
it.
there.
Yeah, it is. I feel like that's it. There it is. We said it.
It's
without
low
saying
hanging
it.
fruit.
When we
It
had-
is. I know.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. I apologize.
I'm sorry.
I apologize for myself. I apologize for my existence. So next week, I think we should EFAP that entire video and just because he does talk about some government stuff, and I think it'd be really interesting. And then we'll hit the ancient civilization stuff again because there's a lot of new news coming out. Karahan Tepe they only started excavating that in 2019.
Yeah,
they're
shit.
figuring out more.
super recent.
So what they're starting to believe now because it's 25 miles away from Göbekli Tepe. And they're starting to think about the fact that they might be connected. Like this might be a big old
Like underneath
fracking
the ground.
city. Yeah, they have no idea.
Like a city.
There's these complexes are getting.
There was,
they're finding
how many
more.
were there?
They're
18 or something like that?
Yeah, there's 17 or 18 that they know about right now. And remember, this is just like places they didn't bother looking, right? And now they're and now they're bothering to look.
And there's thousands of those T-posts.
Now it's not
stones.
It's not the archaeologists finding this stuff. It is the quote unquote amateurs, the people, obviously Megalithomania has been doing a lot of work, but now we have the Luke Caverns of the world and people just going out and finding this shit.
Cool.
The Brothers of the Serpent, who are going to be on July 30th. They did some drone footage over. We talked about it over Göbekli Tepe's quarry, which I didn't even know existed. I didn't know a quarry existed. So that's insane. Like, and I think it's great. And I think we can do this in all things. Like, we don't need these gatekeepers. We don't need these experts. Just go on your own.
Yeah.
Like Luke Caverns, somebody's asking who that is. It's a guy we met at Cosmic Summit.
Yeah.
And he is going to South America and exploring all of the hidden cities that they've found in the jungle.
Yeah.
Like, that is
dope.
That is one of the most amazing things to me right now is the Amazon jungle and all the cities that they're discovering, and they're still discovering, and they're finding all of these places.
25 years old. Like,
yeah, super young dude out there looking like Indiana Jones, busting in through the tops of temples, and it's so cool. Such a cool thing. And for the longest time, like, you hear the story of the lost city of Z and the explorer that went out and never came back, and how stupid he was because we know where everything is. We're like, more and more every day is getting found that no, there's definitely cities out there that have been covered up completely. Maybe not to the point that the lost city of Z, he went out there thinking that it was a intact city with peoples. It's a covered city. The jungle has covered these places up, and there's stuff out there to find, to discover. Like, and that's what Luke Caverns is doing. So cool. I'd love to have him on the show. He was cool.
Yeah. I think we could have him on. We chatted with him at the Cosmic Summit. It was really cool.
And you don't have to tear down the rainforest. You do that. You do the LiDAR over the top. You find where they are. You go there. You just excavate.
And we find out, like,
cities.
why don't they do LiDAR all the time? And apparently it's extremely expensive. Like, we need the technology to get a little better, because that will make it a little cheaper. Mm-hmm. And then maybe we'll be able to, map our ocean someday too. That'd be
awesome.
That stuff is fascinating to me.
We should talk about the Longview caves too, because those are freaking cool.
Oh, dude, I think maybe let's hit that after next week. Let's hit that one after next week, because that's a really good subject. And how they found those.
I know.
He dived into a pond, and what he thought was a pond, and it's an opening to this giant
freaking red
structure.
Can you imagine?
It was dug out by power tools. I mean, it's
what?
Yeah, it's in China.
Okay, I don't know about this.
I posted it in research. There's an article I found.
Sounds freaking cool.
I was like, what the fuck is this shit? What?
And getting into the show and learning all this extra stuff is like got me so interested in this, because like I've said before, I've grown up thinking we found everything. Everything's been charted. It's all been explored. It's all been discovered, and we're just living in the post world after that. No, like, there's a ton of the world that has not been charted, and we're still going in like Indiana Jones and finding places. It's amazing.
Yep.
So super excited to see what unfolds.
There's still mysteries out there, and that's the best part. It's just a giant mystery, and everybody loves a mystery.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap things up. Thanks everyone for
I stayed to the end.
You stayed till the end.
Yeah.
Good
job.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Soaking up those claps. Those are for me.
All for you.
Thanks, guys.
Extra girl, what you got coming up?
I will be on Simpcast and whenever this is done. And also, I want a promo. I am going to be watching Doctor Who. And Mondays at 6 p.m. I'm going to be talking about them with Zia. So not starting this week, but next week.
Oh, wait, you're doing this without me?
You want to do this? You can do this with us if you like.
I'll join you on some.
Okay. It'll be an open invitation.
Where are you starting? Modern Doctor Who?
Yes, season 1 of
You're
that.
gonna
I have to
upload.
find some classic ones. I would love to. But that's why I posted on Twitter. But no one has all of them together.
cute.
So yeah. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
It's a very
Yes.
cute sneeze. Mine are like.
You got an old man sneeze.
Yes, I do. No, go check out the Simpcast. I'm sure they'll talk about anal probes. The girls love to talk about their parts all the time. It's weird.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is so
true.
Every time I go, you're talking about plastic surgery or tits or something like. It's
Yeah.
like, and I like tits, but
Like-
I mean, to be fair, every time you tune into an Az stream, he's also talking about tits. So
Oh, it all makes sense now.
it's true.
it's full circle.
Adam
Just like
Crigler,
tits.
you made it in just in time. We had a great show. You made it to the end. What do you have coming up, my good friend?
Well, I got Bay Staff Monday tomorrow, which is it's my favorite show. Don't get me wrong, I love this show, but Bay Staff Monday, I laugh my ass off. It's filled with awesome guys. I don't know. Andreas might actually make it. He's somewhere. He's in like
He's
Croatia.
parts unknown.
I don't know where he's. Somewhere
Dude's
in,
all over
in
the place.
Eastern Europe. Who knows? He could be. Knowing him, that would not surprise me. He's like, I'm in Kiev, guys. Like, I don't know how I got here, but I'm here. I've been conscripted. Like, oh, geez.
I'm on the front lines, guys.
I'm gonna free Coach Red Pill.
Oh my
I'm
God.
going in solo.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And then I have Side Scrollers Monday through Friday at noon on Side Scrollers podcast. X-Ray just joined us. I got to get Garrett on there. I know.
I got to be on again.
dude. It's gonna be fun. Wait,
Yeah.
again?
I've been on.
You have?
Yeah, you weren't there though.
Ah. So I was gonna
There's
say,
a
I
time
thought
when
he
you
did
weren't
go
there.
on.
I
So,
didn't know that.
Adam, you didn't go on.
It didn't count.
Didn't count.
It didn't count then.
Wow.
Wait,
I
Adam,
got to
to
get
be
you on
fair,
the
that's
actual
how
show.
I would look at it that way too.
Yeah, it didn't count. I wasn't there. Like,
Whatever.
I was so confused there. I'm like, are you fucking with me right now?
Yeah, no, I've been on. Yeah.
Oh shit. All right. Well,
Look,
definitely
I
check
stalked
that
a
out.
stuttering Craig.
Out.
Okay.
Based as fuck. Side
Yeah.
scroller. Stuttering Craig. Our boy.
And,
Stuttering Craig.
and then I stream Monday through Friday on my Rumble channel and locals. I play games and do different things. Yeah.
Awesome.
Gonna start doing Friday night jams again on my locals.
Right on.
People missing my jams. I'm gonna bring them back.
There you go. Good.
Yeah.
We live a pretty good life. We're
We
Yeah,
do.
we do. It's fun.
I'm grateful.
life is fucking good. Yes,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
grateful as well.
Yes.
Quarter Black, what you got coming up?
We just released a video on the main channel, so go watch it. Indiana Jones review. I thought it was really good. And
movie?
tomorrow,
You thought it was really- you
no,
thought Indiana
the
Jones was
review.
good.
The
Right. Well,
review.
we heard it. We heard it here. Clip it. Post it. Oh yeah.
I was gonna be on base staff tomorrow, but I don't know anymore. Catch me tomorrow, and then we're not doing Normal World on Tuesday or Wednesday because it's the great country of America's birthday. But on Thursday, this guy is gonna come on to Normal World with Eric
shit.
July, and we're gonna
Oh,
talk about the
shit.
Iron Age. So it's gonna be a whole episode about that. It'll be a lot of fun.
Dope. That's gonna be a good
Wow.
episode.
Can't wait to do that.
Can't wait to be affiliated with the Blaze TV for the rest of my life now.
They'll be like, he was on that Blaze TV. He's a far right.
All the retard directors out there who are, that's a bad word, but
Wow.
because I live stream with Eric once in a while. I'm somehow connected to the.
So
Blaze.
now you're connected to the,
Ah.
and Glenn Beck pays your bills.
The network of whispers.
The network of whispers.
And there's definitely, I'm not gonna lie, there's definitely people from the Blaze that watch all of our stuff. So like, I've brought up Adam, and they're like, "Oh, I love Adam," and I've brought up Gary, and they're like, "I love Gary's content." So
That's
a lot of crossover.
Dude, the Blaze, the good people at the Blaze. I
Yeah,
met
the
a
good
lot of
people.
them.
Yeah,
They're
there's a lot of
they've
them.
always
Yeah,
been
no
cool to me.
problem with them. No problem with them.
I think there's a culture change. There's definitely a culture change there because it was like, no offense, Blaze people, but it's very boomer content. Well, I think we're trying to push that, away, and we're gonna be a little.
You guys are doing
You're the
great.
new gen.
Normal
Yeah,
World is
yeah.
fantastic. If
Crossing
you haven't
over.
seen it, you guys are missing out.
Alex Stein show is crazy.
nuts.
That it's
They
exactly
rated
what
us.
you'd
Did
expect.
I tell you about that? They rated our show while we were shooting.
Yes, I saw.
Oh
that.
yeah,
my
they came in and
God.
threw. He like smashed a whole a vase full of cigarettes on the
Oh.
ground in the middle of our studio. He was
Like,
calling us
smoked cigarettes.
British cigarettes. That's what he was saying.
Oh,
It was a message.
sounds like Alex.
I see.
It does.
So, it's fun.
I'll be
We
on
have fun.
Normal World Thursday, and and we got Comic-Con coming up in a couple weeks.
Comic-Con?
That'll be really fun.
It might be good. I hear.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there's no fucking Hollywood. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Seems
like,
pretty
actually-
legit.
Genuinely looking forward to it this year for the first time in a decade. Like, I don't, because I never went in the Hall H anyway, but that means there'll be less people in the main hall, which means I can run around. And I even offered, Yellow Flash, big comic collector. I'm a big comic, so I asked him, like, give me a list, dude. I'll hook you up, and I'm gonna try to get a couple things for Tom from Midnight's Edge, some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles exclusives.
Ooh.
I've never bothered with the exclusives in years because Hall H brings away so now that there's going to be, I think, fewer people there, I can't fucking wait.
Do you think maybe there might be more people because they're not standing in line for Hall H? They might be in the main room.
It depends. I think a lot of people are going to blow it off because there's no
I don't
Hall
think
H.
they'll go at all.
Or
That's
they'll go for
hopefully.
a day and like bail. So like if anything, Sunday will be more open.
Yeah.
To where I can do shopping. That's when you hit up all the booths about 2 hours before they close. It's like you don't want to
All
carry
the
that
sales.
pile of
You don't want to pack that back
You wanna
in your
sell it
truck.
to me for 75% off. It's better than that's what you do. They don't always say yes, but sometimes they do.
I'll show you. This is how I got this. The entire
Oh.
Maximum Carnage for $30.
$30.
All 14.
Wow.
On the last day, they were like, yeah, I don't want
That's
that.
awesome.
That's how they're meant to be read. That's how they're meant to be read. The greatest medium ever created, comic books.
I've never read it fully. Is it
Really?
good?
Yes, it's outstanding.
'Cause when I posted it, people were like, ugh. I was like, what are you talking about?
What are they talking about? No,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Forget
They've
it.
never read it.
Because I played the shit out
Clearly.
of the Sega game. I know the story from the Sega game, but then I saw that and I was like, I got to get all those.
Comics rad. Okay, I don't care what they say.
All right.
QB flexing. That's right. All right.
trust you.
We'll
Just
be back
couple.
next week, and we will break down that interview some more, unless there's some breaking news.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining us again. Thanks to the Nerdrotics. How do you all feel about the movie Paul? If Seth Rogen wasn't the voice, it would be 1,000 times better. I agree. I can't watch it anymore because I can't stand Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
40-Year-Old Virgin is one of my favorite comedies, and it's still hard
Yeah.
to watch because Seth Rogen is in it now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fucking really don't like that. For one, you want to talk about privilege. You want to talk about fucking privilege. That guy has no talent. He's produced a lot of flops, but he produced The Boys, and that got him a lot of juice in Hollywood. And now that's why we're stuck.
Oh. Thanks, Wizard Shack.
The Boys will be at Comic-Con. The Boys.
Yeah, Amazon's still there. Right?
Ah.
Yeah, Amazon.
Oh my god, his profile picture. I didn't see it.
Oh my god!
I didn't realize it.
Spotify listeners, it's Jeremy looking closer
Thick
to
with like 8 C's.
There's like no
Yeah,
neck
yeah.
and 5 chins.
He did produce Preacher as well, which had a good first season.
That's true.
but
Yeah,
they
it did.
ran out of money and it turned into crap. But the first season of Preacher is really good. It's really good. I will give it thumbs up, but after that, it's shit. So thank you, everyone. See you next week. Bye.
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 Nerdrotic.com.
Welcome, travelers, to the fringes of reality, where the strange and mysterious meet, and the thin veil between fact and fiction is torn. Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.